ですか？ Boom.
Hello. We are back playing more Call of Cthulhu. How
Whoop.
is everybody doing today?
Good.
Whoop.
That was a
I
lot of energy.
that was the whoop.
That was
I-
my
I
also
give you
my.
I give you so many hellos, and you just give me a whoop.
I could have
You
said
just say
nothing.
the word whoop. And you
Have
would
you
have
heard-
been better if you did.
Jack, have you heard his consistent intro? Boom! Peter's
That's-
on
You
one-word
didn't-
answers.
Well, you see what happened is he didn't let Peter finish. He was going to say whoop, whoop, whoop on Gangnam Style.
No, that would have been the worst case scenario. That would have been.
Yes.
I heard
Ruth takes 61 sanity damage and goes insane immediately.
I heard Peter's the newest member of the Black Eyed Peas.
I wish. I'll join
See?
ranks with Fergie.
Fergalicious.
You would look very out of place in that lineup.
I would.
That's
but
what I love so much about imagining it, though. I'm trying to like picture it in my head now. Like, just take a Black Eyed Peas album cover and just put Peter's head in there.
It's like,
I
Hey,
don't,
guys.
I don't know if I could imagine Peter being in like any band. Like he would look out of place in just like about any.
what
lineup.
is what is that?
What
mean?
about a nice Irish leprechaun band?
They'd see through it. They knew I was Italian.
Here's a thought experiment for you out there. If you ever want like a pick me up, just think of your favorite album cover and just put Peter in there somewhere. Like the
gosh.
Beatles' Abbey Road, like just put him in the middle of like like the Beatles walking across the street.
I'm just on the
Yeah.
sidewalk behind them.
He's just like ass level with Paul McCartney.
Yeah. Like Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here, while the guy's shaking hands with the guy who's on fire. Peter's just there like, I don't know, drinking a Diet Pepsi and fucking cursing out the Sony or some shit. I don't know. I don't know what Peter does.
I
in
don't
his
know,
free time.
worshipping the controller.
Yeah.
Ooh.
A shrine.
Anyways, yeah, we're back with more Call of Cthulhu after that tangent. Yeah, how's everyone doing? You ready to play? It's our last session for the year. It's
Ooh.
been half year since we started this campaign.
Yeah.
How does
So
it
that's
ask
It's been 6 months. Like I think we started mid-June. We started on like I think around my birthday. So yeah, it's been about 6 months now.
We're still in a
It's our
pandemic.
6-month anniversary.
Sure is. Yeah.
Aw. So you guys get everyone.
I
Yeah.
got everyone a heart-shaped locket to celebrate.
I got tonight's session ready for all of you, so that's what you're getting. So last we left off, our group of investigators and their new friend Richard Mason made it back to the lovely climes of London in cheery old England. Upon arriving in England, Richard graciously held up everyone as a host in his luxurious mansion outside of town. During your first initial inquiries in London, you stopped by the Penhew Foundation, who had some connections to the Carlisle expedition, and investigated some time there. After a very generous donation to the Penhew Foundation by Mr. Mason, you all received permanent access to the Penhew Foundation's library and services, should you need them. After that, you went back to Richard's estate, met his manservant Claude, and kind of just hung out. The next day, you made your way back into Chelsea, stopped by the Scoop newspaper, picked up a few leads, possibly pertaining to your investigations, and you headed to the borough of Chelsea in West London to seek out a painter by the
Shipley.
name of Miles Shipley.
Yes.
So we are in Chelsea now. It's about, I think I put it at around like 1:30 in the afternoon, about that. So, investigators, what would you like to do?
Just before we get too far into it, in my notes here on my book that I'm reading, Jack, I've written down I've read 2 of 6 weeks studied,
Yes,
but I don't think that's up to date.
it is up to date because that includes the entirety of the voyage.
Okay.
So let me get my 1925 calendar up here. It is currently, so today it is January 31st, 1925. 1925 calendar. So, you began reading the book Saturday, the 17th of January. It is now exactly 2 weeks later on Saturday, the 31st. So, you have 2 weeks of the book researched.
Okay.
You got a long way to go.
I do.
All right.
So we just stepped outside of the stoop.
The scoop.
I think we left off that you guys had just made it to Chelsea at this
Nice.
point.
Oh, you out of my room, Summer.
So you are walking about the streets, and you can go about your business as you see fit.
What are we doing here again?
I still think we should tie him up.
What?
You want to tie up a
The-
painter?
Yeah, well, honestly, he's a freak. Honestly, he's got some demonic stuff about him, and I think that we shouldn't take any more chances should we have any more Leon incidents. I think it's important that we take him by surprise and we shock him in such a way that unveils any inner evil that he
Well,
has.
good sir, I happen to know a thing about shocking people's
Aw.
minds into light.
Aw.
What
I knew
happened
you'd
to
take it,
talking to
Richard.
Somebody.
Well, okay, so maybe what we do is we have two
Yeah,
parties.
Bust
We
down
have
his
the
door.
good cop party and the bad cop party, and basically what
an
happens
original
is
idea.
the literal. Well, no, sorry, we're in London in the 1920s. So the good officer and the poor officer.
I believe they're called bobbies.
The angelic constable and the demonic constable.
So I think so get the more unhinged people. So not to make any assumptions, Richard. I know we haven't known each other for long, but Richard, Norman, and I think I'll put myself in that in that class. I think I'd like to be part of the bad guy team. So then we get Clyde,
Why am I a
Ruth.
bad guy?
You literally are the reason why Leon is dead, and I haven't had the opportunity to really
Hey,
open up about it.
whoa.
But you and I
Hey.
are gonna have a little bit of conversation later, okay?
Whoa.
You don't think I didn't hear what happened? I mean, I was too busy fixing the drywall in my the treasured apartment that you decided to headbutt through. And I come back and I hear that my closest friend in the world is dead. And then I have the events read back to me, and I discovered that I would like to consider it the catalyst that caused him to die. It was not necessarily the gaping hole in his stomach, but the
You're
fact that you
saying-
punched him in the back of the head. And then got
I-
ambushed right after.
Listen, I was having a bad day. Punched him in the back of the head. Yes, that's true. But if anything, the punch to the back of his head, while I do regret it, caught the people that might have got the jump on us by surprise.
You're not gonna say this, are you? You're not gonna.
And so, if anything, I gave us a strategic advantage in that situation
Okay, all right. So
by punching Leon in the back of the head.
yeah. Okay. Okay. So
who's to
next
say?
time,
Who's to say we could have all died there?
I
I'm
mean,
pretty
potentially.
sure Leon was going to die either way. He has suffered
Potentially.
a pretty brutal blow that killed him. God rest his soul. Rest in peace. Oh no, that was not the right one. That was another guy.
Norman, I'm very excited to use the opportunity later on in this adventure of ours to sacrifice you in order to guarantee a win in combat, even if we had a pretty solid chance of winning anyways. I just think it's a matter of principle at this point.
Boys, can we focus?
Is that okay with you?
Can we focus on the task
Yeah. Okay.
at
Sorry.
hand?
Sir,
to the
I'm
plan.
like 40 years your senior.
Yeah.
Are you scared of me or something?
I'm scared that you're going to cause another of our teammates to die. Is that unreasonable? Is it unreasonable
You're
for
not
me to
the
feel that way?
reason why, like, Harris or Jackson died and Augustus died? Weren't you the reason for both of those? You missing
I'm gonna
shots, barely doing anything in the fights. I mean,
I just
anyone
want to make
really
it known that
had-
Richard took his notebook out and he's taking notes on you too.
and not to mention the fact that you've put our party at risk multiple times. That reporter,
Doing
so
what?
with that reporter, you certainly had the silver tongue to pretty much confess all our crimes to her, and we would have gone her straight to jail.
All
That
of our crimes? Like,
have been
I don't know,
punished
throwing a
like
body out of a window?
Quiet down at least, please. We're in the middle of the street.
Just look around and see people like staring
This
at
is
us.
quite the dynamic we have going here.
Richard, this is off the record.
Ruth, it's okay. It's okay. We're in a different country now. They can't arrest us for anything.
Anyways,
Listen, Norman, I know you've been out to sea a lot, but that's not how it works.
Richard, I would very much appreciate the opportunity to allow you more time to study Norman and myself in action as we act as the villainous constables, tying up this mean old artist guy and exposing his demonic power. But
Why?
only
He
if
could just be an artist.
I'm the
Yeah,
bad guy,
he's-
but you're trying to kill an artist here.
I didn't say kill, I said
ex-
tie up.
Can
That's
I
different.
remind the party of what happened the last time we went to interrogate someone at the Juju house? Can we just all
Yeah.
remember how that went? Let's try to learn
We're
from that experience. And
The funniest thing about that is you didn't go there to interrogate him, and you had no reason to believe that there was anything happening at the Juju house. You had no clues. You just burnt it down and solved the fucking mystery.
You know what? Now that I think about it, then Leon Dine was the second form of fucking Norman influence. Because that is literally how it happened. He's like, follow my lead, locks the door, and then
See?
punches Hylas in the face.
I think all 6 of us should go do an escape room because I'm pretty sure we do it fucking wrong and still get out perfectly fine.
You have to do it in character. You
Yeah.
have to do it as your own Cthulhu character.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be funny.
And that is how we
Okay,
got
so-
banned.
From the escape room.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
I
you can
get the
record
feeling-
them as long as you wait till the room's done. Like they switch them out. I'm pretty sure you can record
Yeah,
them
yeah,
and
it's
then
true.
release it after that.
Yeah, you can't reveal the secrets of an
Who
escape
the
room.
fuck's gonna watch an escape room video and then decide they're gonna go do it? It's a waste
Me
of
all
money.
the time.
People who think they're big brain. Anyway,
So is the census that we don't like heavenly constable and villainous constable?
why don't we commission a painting from him?
And
What?
that's so like smart and inspired. I don't like it.
Please don't steal it for your next book. Please clearly remember the events of this journey. I beg you, Harrison.
Oh, Ruth,
Oh.
don't worry. These are all comedies. We've had this conversation. They're hilarious.
Life
author.
isn't a comedy, Richard.
His
Yeah.
life that he writes about definitely is.
Yeah, they're real. They're real things that happen. Ruth proposed to me. The books aren't meant to be funny. They're meant to be glorious adventures. Can you please stop demeaning my work like this, Richard?
You know, I saw Leon read one of your books the morning he died. Who's to say that's not the reason why he
Whoa!
And that's in the next book.
You'll never guess
Oh,
how
I
my
want you
best
to
friend
imagine.
died.
7 days later.
I can't believe my party member killed my other party member. Evan, I want you to just imagine in the top left corner of your HUD right now, it just says Harrison will remember that.
What won't he remember inaccurately and write about later?
So, are we gonna go with the constable idea or the commission a painting idea? What are we feeling, folks?
Why not both?
Let's take a vote.
Why
Well,
don't we just go
I
and
am,
talk to the guy?
Well,
Where is
Mr.
he? Who's this guy, anyways? I had one of my blank out days.
Did you just say you remember everything?
Yeah, everything that happened before and after his blank out day. Weren't you listening?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Where is this
Mr.
guy?
Shipley.
Where is he? Wait, what's that?
Oh yeah, we're gonna go look at the beast. after
It's the
this.
third
The beast
handout.
in
You know, yes, you know that
Shire
he's
Peak.
you know that he's somewhere here in Chelsea. You do not have his address.
Oh, that's a curveball.
Well, there's got to be like a city hall, like a place of central gathering where all governors go that has information on the city.
What? What? What?
Like a town hall, a city hall, a mayor.
You want to go ask the mayor where this painter
Yeah,
is?
dude. Well, he's obviously pretty famous.
Why don't you just go ask the king? Like, hello, Mr.
No,
King, sir. King Edward? Where does Miles Shipley live?
Why don't we just
Can we
walk
Google it?
on the road and ask someone if we see someone? Do you know
I
if
thought you
I'll...
were gonna say
Sure.
walk on the road until we find him. I was like, how's that any better than my idea?
What about this Harold Short? Maybe he knows where Shipley is.
Who?
The guy we just talked to in the newspaper. He was the
Oh,
editor.
yes.
No, that was someone else that you talked to.
Mickey
You talked to
McConaughey.
Mickey
No, no,
Mahoney.
Mickey.
Harold
Mahoney.
Short's the one that fought off the grisly creature.
Oh, I have it as Mr. Short on mine. I was like, who the fuck are you?
Oh,
Are you reading the other handout?
No,
yeah,
this is the beast. This is the devilish.
Yeah.
Remember, there's the
You-
beast that comes out of Moonlight and attacks people.
Yeah, Evan,
Oh.
you want the handout above that. You want Shocking Canvas's Craze.
Ah, well, we should go find this Mr. Miles Shipley then.
Yes. Yes, we should. Yeah.
Brilliant. And Norman, what do you want to do when we get there? Let me guess. Good constable, bad constable.
Why don't you just try arson? Arson has worked so well so
We'll
far.
burn our way there.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have to expose himself sometime if his building is burning down.
Yeah, we'll light the whole city on fire, and eventually he'll come
Alright,
running
alright,
out of his
let's-
hole.
Let's just walk. Let's just go. Let's just walk. It's better than standing here and going in
Alright.
circles.
All right, so after this riveting conversation, you guys make your way down the street. You still have no idea where this guy lives, but he lives somewhere in this community in Chelsea.
Is there anyone here that we can ask? Is there anyone walking by?
There's tons of people. It's a lively working class community. So there's a lot of people out on the streets because it is a Saturday. So there are definitely people milling around that you can potentially ask to.
Are there any
Richard,
stores? Are there any like art stores or anything like that? Like painting stores or?
Probably not art stores, but there's definitely like grocery stores and like little small shops that you could go into and
Post
ask around.
office.
Yeah, you could probably find a post office.
Go to a local post office.
Why?
Look for Shipley's mail.
Let's go.
Or-
The general post office. Yes.
Wait a second. I just remembered. I do have a silver and gold tongue. I will bring a signed copy of "You'll Never Believe What Happened to Us" down there. And give it to the
How many of those do you carry?
what do they call them?
Have it in
Post
the-
lady. I think it's important to be equipped in those situations.
postmaster.
And
Hey,
yes,
why don't we go to the National Gallery?
Why?
Is he
does the
that
National
famous?
Gallery happen to be in Chelsea?
I don't know if people don't really like his art.
It
I
scares
don't think
people.
they're gonna put him up.
Okay, then let's go to some really spooky place,
Richard, you,
Juju House 2.0.
like the War Office. Let's go to the War Office. I'm sure they know about him.
the War Office. I don't know if
Yeah.
there's a war against this man.
I feel like you guys are making this a little
Yeah,
more complicated
Ri-
than it needs to be.
Richard, you know the people here. You know how to. You're one of the locals. Ask someone.
No,
All right, I'm gonna walk into the first
No,
boutique I
Norman.
see.
No.
All right.
Hear me out. Hear me out. He paints photos. He paints photos of the war. Right? So, where would he be when he's trying to paint but the War Office?
So he doesn't paint photos of the war. The article says that his photos are like more graphic and more disturbing than some of the things from the Great War.
Where is he going to learn about the Great War?
I don't think he would need to go
But
to
Jack-
see
Jack
war
said-
to
Jack
remember
just said
war.
that it has nothing to do with the war. He said This is
Norman, just admit you didn't do the reading, okay? Come on, this is getting embarrassing.
I loved Catcher in the Rye. It was so great when they caught all that rye.
Oh man.
I didn't know rye could be caught. This concludes my book report by Stacey Abrams.
Reminds me of the time I tried to write a book report on the the Magic Treehouse. Is that what it was? Yeah, the Magic Treehouse.
Okay. So, Richard, as you're walking down the street, you do find just a general, like, corner store, kind of general store that you can walk into and get general provisions, general groceries. And there's a few people milling around the shop, and a man with kind of balding gray hair and sort of like thin mustache behind the counter.
All right, I'm gonna walk up to him.
All right.
Hello, sir.
Hello. What can I help you with?
Me and my friends are in the neighborhood, and we were looking for a Mr. Shipley. He's a painter. Do you happen to know of anyone of this name, or if you know where we could ask anyone about maybe local artists?
Oh, yeah, Shipley. He comes in here every now and then. He lives a few streets over on Oban Mews is the name of the street.
Oban Mews. Oh, thank you so much. Can you just point us in a north?
Oh yeah,
south?
He kind of points you in the general direction and gives you an idea and gives you the exact address. I've got it somewhere here. It's
perfect.
like 6. It's let me tell you the exact address. It doesn't really matter, but
are you gonna make a sizable donation?
Yeah.
I want to make a sizable donation to this corner store.
Everyone who gives us any information.
If I had, I have quite a bit of money, but if I had double what I have right now, I would definitely make that canon in my character every time.
Every time you need something, you just whip out a wad of cash.
It's called bribing, not donations.
It's 6 Holbein Mews. Holbein Mews.
Is it a bribe that you give him the money after he tells you the information?
I mean, it's gotta help.
It's a reward.
It's a thank you.
It's a reward. I'm like the tooth fairy for
the
common
information fairy. Tell me a
I give them
secret and
I
I'll
leave
pay
a
you.
toonie. I leave a toonie under their pillow if they tell me directions.
Do you tidy up all the broken glass after at least?
No. I leave that. That's a them problem, not a me problem.
All right.
They've got a
Take
toonie
that
that they can
toonie
pay
and
for it
fix
now.
Yeah.
That's
So-
what the $2 is for.
So congratulations, you have this man's address.
Wow, that was a
Okay.
process.
I still think
All
we
right,
should
now
end it more off.
I would lean more towards Ruth's approach.
Oh,
I
curse
don't-
you, Clyde.
I don't
You're such
think
a
we
tier
should
3
just
sub.
barge in and fucking knock the poor guy out.
I'm a constable, and
don't-
I'm a
well,
constable. Hello,
well,
sir.
I do fancy art for my wonderful house. I do fancy it. So I could commission this artist.
I like
What
that
do you
idea.
want him to
All-
paint? What can
Listen.
he paint that would still allow us to watch him and convey?
I
you
want
want
him to paint us in his interpretation.
I got a great idea. While
Um,
you guys distract him with the commission painting, me and Harrison, we'll go take a look ski around his house.
I mean, it's nice to be included, but are you gonna punch me in the back of the head and kill me? I just need to be sure because I feel like anytime we're in a remote amount of danger, I'm gonna expect you to throw a wild haymaker now.
You're not
Harrison,
gonna
you
make
gotta
it-
let that go.
You're not gonna make it long if you die from a weak old man punching you in the back of the head.
Rest in peace, assassin.
Listen, Leon was a glass cannon. He was not a tank.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting me to roll a fucking 100 and then you to roll so well.
All right.
So
Let's
Mis-
rein it in.
Mr. Shipley seems like a haunted man. I just don't know what we would expect to find in his house.
Then why are we even going there?
I think the opportunity to speak to him and also look around his place is valuable. And if we really feel like we're in a pinch for information, we'll tie him to a chair, put a bag over his head, smack him around a little bit, and get him to talk.
Why don't we give him the mask?
No. You can't. We can't put the mask on
Oh,
everyone.
That's
What is it
actually a
with you
pretty good
people
idea.
and getting people to wear the mask? You tried to put it on me, and this old man lost his knees and he fell to the ground.
I do need to reiterate, you guys do not take the mask wherever you go. The mask is fucking big.
What are you talking about? I wear it like a backpack everywhere I go.
It's like it would be like carrying a stump around with you everywhere you go.
Let's use the limo to transport the mask.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. To answer Norman's question, because you missed this last session, the 3 newspaper articles that are in the handout section are the 3 newspaper articles that Jackson was interested in when he visited the newspaper a few months ago. So you're following up on Jackson's leads right now.
Well, then I get a great idea. We bring the mask. And
Proved.
let me finish. We
Go
bring
on.
the mask. And clearly he loves painting
Right.
disturbed things. So, in exchange for information, we can
Norman, don't put
promise
on the
him
mask.
we can promise him imagery that's really messed up beyond belief in exchange for that information which I just said.
I
don't
prefer
think he
the
struggles
sneaking
with getting the
plan.
imagery. Why do we need to? Why can't we just go talk to the guy and ask him if
Because
he knew about
Norman needs
Jackson?
to do something. He can't stay
Norman-
still and just have a conversation. He's got to be doing
Norman,
something.
just punch Harrison in the back of the head while we talk to him. Right?
We have to say.
I think it's important at this point that we stop discussing what we're gonna do and just be men of action and
Let's
just
just
do
go.
it.
Let's
Just want to
let
talk to him.
Ruth. You
I
do
mean, it's
your
gonna
thing. You
it's
do
gonna
your
take
thing.
an hour and a half for Claude to go get the mask and bring it here anyways. So we should get on the task.
When he inevitably doesn't give us anything useful, we're gonna do the mask thing.
Cheers.
I mean, there are much better ways to get a man to talk than that.
I don't trust you either.
I feel like that would almost
I'm
make him shut up.
I'm enticing him with stuff that he wants to see.
I'm just gonna go and stand beside Ruth because I feel like she's the only sane one here.
I'm trying.
Tier 3 sub, tier 3 sub, tier 3 sub.
I wish.
Says the guy who proposed.
I learned from my
All
wrongs.
right. So what I'm gathering is we're gonna go talk to him. If it doesn't work out, we're gonna have a plan B, which we will discuss at a later time.
Which we will
That's when
discuss
we take
immediately
Norman's
after
lead?
Plan A fails.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Clyde, since you have such an ideal interest in talking to this fellow, I will let you lead us off.
Let
I
Ruth
think
lead
that-
us off. Ruth never leads us off.
Excuse me?
Come on, Ruth. Let's see it.
Wait, we're rotating the opportunity to lead like missions now? Because I don't feel like I've gotten the opportunity yet.
No, wait.
Can I lead
That's
Plan
not-
B?
All right.
You had the opportunity. You had a guy on the ground with a gun to his head.
Wait.
There you go.
I
Richard,
missed him on purpose.
are you commissioning the painting, Richard? Are we all? Are you? Let's at least get a story.
Well, I thought Clyde was just wanting to talk to the fellow.
Let's just talk to the guy.
okay.
painting.
Okay.
We need his time. Let's commission a painting. That's the only good idea we've come up with this whole time.
We can
Except-
talk to him, see what we learn. If we like what we hear, we can talk about maybe getting some business going.
Yeah, but if we don't need to commission a painting, I'm not just throwing money out the window to commission a painting.
Why not?
Because you've never thrown money in anything needlessly before. No,
All
Richard.
right, then we can fucking dip into the reserve, the money banks, boys. We got this. It's fine.
All right,
Let's
Ruth,
just go.
up to
As
you.
long
It's
as
time to
our
take action.
beneficiary isn't dead over in the States.
All right, boys. Let's actually get something done. I knock on the door.
The front door the entire time.
So, could you
No,
imagine?
I think we should tie him up.
So, the street you're on is a road terrace of brick flats. So, kind of like houses that are all built side by side by side, all touching. It's rather tall, 3 stories, kind of white. You can see that all of the doors and windows have been barred and locked, and in some cases blacked out, so nothing can get in. And that's your view from the front end of the house. After knocking on the door, it's a few moments before you hear some movement behind, and the door slowly creaks open, and you see a 70-year-old woman there with like short white hair, very like drooped, quite short, like maybe not even 5 feet, sort of just like a general, an old woman, what you would kind of expect. Oh, hello, dearies. What can I help you with?
Is this the home of Miles Shipley?
Oh, yes. Miles is my son. Have you come to see him?
Indeed, we are interested in his work.
Oh, how wonderful. We have a few paintings that are available at the moment. Would you care to come in?
Please. Thank you so much. Oh, what a dear. I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
You can see that she's carrying a basket of yarn as well, like full of like knitting supplies.
I take Shipley's mother's hand and I say, "It's nice to meet you." I kiss her.
Oh, no. We had a normal conversation.
Please come in.
Can I help you with your yard?
Games.
Can you help with your yard?
Yeah.
She gives you the basket. All right, so she takes you
adorable.
up. So you open up into a very narrow, long hallway. You can see at the very end there's what appears to be a kitchen. Door on either side seem to lead to 2 sitting rooms, and then a staircase that goes up to the next floor, and presumably another one above that. So she leads you up. Actually, I've got maps for you guys.
Hey,
a map in the handout section. I should maybe actually make a 3rd section for maps.
Yo.
Maybe I'll do that later.
That's really thinking.
That's thinking on the map.
I like to think when Norman picked up the basket, it was like side quest started.
Get laid.
All right.
Old habits die hard.
Here you go. So you can see that there's sort of this main building on the left here. So that's the ground floor. So you just came in through the front door there. Then there's the staircase that goes up to the image directly next to that. And then she leads you up the next staircase there, which takes you up to a large empty room in the top there, with a bunch of art supplies and a number of paintings lining the walls. And you can see sitting in the center of the room is a sort of tall, dark, slender man. Not a Slenderman.
Oh my God!
Like a very lanky sort of guy with sort of dark hair, deep set eyes, like he's very, very tired, and he seems to be working on some sort of painting in the center of the room there. Oh, Miles, dear, we have some people here to view your artwork. Would you care to help them? Yes, I'll be right over. And he kind of continues to work before setting his brush down and standing up and yes, so you're interested in some of my work?
Indeed, we heard they were unique, something no other artist could replicate.
Yes, well, we have a number of pieces for sale at the moment, if you would care to view them with me.
Please.
Of course.
Yes.
So he leads you over to to sort of one of the corner. You can see there's a bunch of canvases that are in various states of completion. A lot, like this entire sort of top floor has been turned into his art studio. And then he sort of takes you over to some paintings. Some of them are hanging on the walls. Some of them are on easels, kind of just perhaps being finished recently. So, second. So there are about 5 finished paintings here that you guys can view if you so choose. So he sort of gives you a moment to peruse all of them and sort of explains them a little bit in detail as you go through. So the first one he calls Ancient Science. There's another one called Goatwood. There's another one called Drawn in Blood. There's one called Black Mountain. And there's one called Dark Pharaoh.
I like what I'm hearing.
I would like to look at Dark Pharaoh and Goat, whatever.
Goat tree.
Goatwood?
I'd like to look at Drawn with Blood. I feel like there's some very direct feedback that you can get from looking at that.
Okay.
Look at the mountain.
I would like to observe the man.
All right. So if you're going to look through all of the paintings, it is going to require a sanity check from everybody viewing the paintings.
Yes.
Oh my
I'm just
God,
viewing
are
the
they
man.
that messed up?
We don't even need the mask. Look
Yeah,
at your own
can I do
paintings.
Can
See,
I do
I
like
knew
a
this guy would like
psychology
the
check on
mask.
the guy?
A psychology check on Shipley?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
Jared,
sure.
he's freaking crazy.
I got a hard success.
Hard success?
Forgive me. Do you have to roll lower for your sanity to succeed?
Yes. Yes.
And then it follows the same metric as like hard success, crit success.
You just have to tell me if you succeeded.
I succeeded.
Do we roll once per every painting we want to look at, or just once? in
No,
general?
it's just once for the whole experience of looking through the paintings.
Hot dog.
I failed.
I succeeded by 1.
I succeeded as well.
Okay. So, those of you who succeeded take 3 points of sanity damage.
Oh,
Oh.
no! Oh no! No! Please, be nice.
And Ruth, the only person who failed, takes 6 points of sanity damage,
Okay.
which triggers a bout of insanity. Oh no, sorry. I need you to make an intelligence roll.
Holy shit, Ruth. These are some.
Can't wait for
fucked up
Ruth to punch
paintings.
someone in the back of the head now.
That's a normal success.
Okay, this is the one you wanted to fail. This is the circumstance you want to fail.
Oh,
Intelligence
I have a
roll.
90 in intelligence, so.
Yeah, so that's tough. That's rough to do.
It
So
really doesn't seem
you-
that way.
So Ruth, you comprehend the messed up nature of everything that you've just witnessed.
Oh.
I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna go through all of the paintings before we get to your bout of madness.
Somebody guns going off in Ruth's head right now.
It's like the 1812 overture, like the part where they get the cannons.
You should have just robbed him or bad copped him.
First off, Richard, with your hard success, Shipley seems like a very paranoid guy. He's kind of jittery and kind of very soft-spoken. You get the impression that he just wants to be left to his work, and he very clearly is like losing sleep based on how tired and gaunt his expression is at all times. He seems like a very jittery kind of guy.
Okay.
Okay, so the first painting, Ancient Science, depicts an alchemist's laboratory in which vials pour forth foul-looking gas. Working at a table is a reptilian humanoid who seems eagerly involved in the dissection of a creature. Due to the blood and lack of recognizable features, it is impossible to determine the identity of the creature being cut apart. Second is the Dark Pharaoh. A processional scene from ancient Egypt in which a golden chariot passes through a mass of people who have fallen to their knees in reverence. Atop the chariot is a pharaoh dressed in black and gold robes, whose face is turned away from the viewer. Behind the figure, two men have been impaled on stakes, eviscerated, and their internal organs hung down to the ground as they are being eaten by a pack of jackals. Third is Goatwood. Nighttime in a woodland scene, a yellow moon casts sickly rays through dark branches upon a group of naked men and women who cavort around a bonfire. Rising from the flames is the image of a goat-headed man whose outstretched arms seem to be conducting the crazed antics of the witches. Fourth, Drawn in Blood. The unsettling and stomach-churning scene of a man being cut open with a silver dagger, held in the hand of a black-robed figure. An act of ritual blood sacrifice. Upon the victim's chest has been carved an occult-looking sigil, which seems to twist and move when viewed. The final is Black Mountain, a towering mountain over which rises a monstrous demonic creature, its head a great tentacle swathed in blood. Near a temple-like building, tiny human figures lift their hands imploringly skyward in supplication to the hellish godlike entity. From each of the humans' heads, a red tongue or tentacle dangles. Looking closely, these appear to be ceremonial headpieces.
We are learning today. Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Yes. So this is what I have finished at the moment. Are you interested in any of these pieces?
Where did you get the inspiration for these pieces, Miles?
Oh, it comes to me in various forms. In dreams, often.
They look a little more like nightmares, if you don't mind me saying.
Well, I suppose some would view them as such, but I'm gracious that some have received my work in imploring tones.
The symbol mean on this painted in blood or drawn in blood, forgive me. This one right there.
I don't think there's an answer for that in the book, unfortunately.
So you just thought of this, Miles? You didn't didn't appear to you before? You haven't seen it anywhere?
I can't say that I have.
The way it's drawn is so fascinating. It's so haunting. You truly are a talented artist, Miles.
Do I get to talk or am I insane?
Yeah, we're about to get to you. So, it's time to see what happens to Ruth.
I hate this game.
Hey, Ruth, your winner. Come on down.
Too smart for your own good.
It's like The Price is Right, but I'm crying as I walk towards the stage.
Yep, pretty much. So, your temporary insanity is going to last for 10 rounds. That's the maximum it can last for.
Hey, go me. More fear of guns.
Yeah. So the bout of madness lasts for 10 combat rounds. The temporary insanity also lasts for 10 hours. I'm rolling really well right now. And the bout of madness. The investigator suffers psychosomatic blindness, deafness, or loss of the use of a limb or limbs for 1d10 rounds. Let's see.
Oh.
I can't wait to have to carry Ruth out of here because she loses function of a limb.
So, Ruth, you are standing there, and as you are overcome by the grotesque images here in the attic, you can't feel your arms. And you can't move them.
Come to Dr. Mason.
No, fuck that.
All right. Excellent. Fun stuff.
These paintings. These paintings.
Ruth, are you all right?
I would just like to turn around and crouch.
Yeah.
That does not look like someone who's all right.
Your arms are just hanging to the side. Like as you crouch down, they kind of like touch the floor. But it's kind of like when you like sleep on your arm for a long time accidentally, and it takes like a couple seconds for it to like wake up. It's kind of like that very numb feeling.
Gentlemen, I
Feels
think
like your
these
arm's
paintings might have been a little overwhelming for our young Ruth here. I would be more than happy to escort her out just to get her some fresh air.
I think Clyde should escort Ruth out. Leave us men of culture.
Oh dear, do you need a little bit of tea to calm down, dearie?
No.
Oh, I would love some tea.
Oh, well, if someone would come down to the kitchen with me to help prepare it, then that would be lovely.
I'll come with you.
All right, Norman. I'll take Ruth outside for
I
some
want to
fresh air.
leave.
Let's go, Ruth. Come here.
And what's your name?
Hold on,
Good
Doc.
sir?
I don't. You stay here with Harrison. I'll take Ruth.
But this was your... Fine.
Okay, so who's going where?
Tea.
Well, I feel like this
taking-
is Clyde's idea to fucking have this conversation. I feel like you have specific
I wanted to have
questions.
the conversation, but I didn't fucking creepy doctor around the only fucking sane member of the party.
I mean, sane. I'm just slightly interested in some less than sane things. My human being, my human is quite
there
sane.
for all I know.
I think I'm more sane than you are.
I'm getting my
Probably.
heart is racing at the thought of having to be in a room with this guy alone. You guys are all leaving.
Listen, just holler if you need us.
All right.
Okay.
So you're gonna.
Clyde?
So Norman, you follow Bertha. Bertha Shipley is the
Oh,
name of
God.
the woman.
That
Down
just
to the kitchen.
Screams fucking Jane Eyre. That's all I can think.
I love Bertha's such a beautiful name.
All right. So you two are going. You're going to the kitchen with Bertha.
Voluptuous name.
Harrison is staying up here with Miles. Is that right?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. And everyone else is going in different directions.
And the three of
No.
you're leaving
Well,
as well.
No, I was told that I wasn't allowed to go with Ruth, even though I'm the medical doctor. So I'm apparently staying up here, even though I didn't want to have a conversation with Mr. Shipley.
No, Richard, you can stay here. You're an academic. I think you have the mind for these images.
I also didn't look at the paintings. I just looked at him.
Yeah,
you
just
didn't,
keep
you
doing
didn't
that.
look at any of the paintings.
Well, I didn't in the time. I didn't roll for sanity or anything on anything. I just asked to do a psychology check on him. So I just
Right.
kind of ignored what you said about the paintings because I didn't ask to look at
Oh.
them.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. If you didn't look at them, then you don't take the sanity damage.
Like Richard did specifically say he was going to look at Miles the whole time, which I think if I were Miles, I'd be a bit unsettled by. But
Yeah.
at least if you're keeping an eye on him, then
Hey, sometimes the most beautiful
What-
art is the art itself.
Miles
You know-
is very clearly more unsettled by something else, and Richard is the least of his worries.
About
That's
like
good.
halfway out the door, I'm gonna turn around and be like, yeah, all right, Richard, you know what, you go. I do want to be here.
All right, Ruth, let's go
Sorry.
get you some fresh air.
And like, I'm
My
just like,
arms.
I'm not like,
What do you-
sorry, Ruth, as I push her down.
No.
What is- What's wrong with your arms, Ruth?
I don't have them anymore.
They're right there. I'm looking at them.
They're not. I can't feel. They're not there. They're numb.
Oh. Well, let me do an examination. I would be more
All
than
right.
happy to
So
figure this
you
out.
guys are going out to do an examination, I guess.
Clyde, I see you find these paintings as irresistible as I do. You
Yeah, they really tickle my fancy.
Ah, well, excellent. Are you interested in any particular piece out of the ones that I've shown you here?
Yeah,
the-
you know what? Go ahead,
Sorry.
go ahead, Horace.
No,
No,
I
you
would
go.
love to hear what you're
No,
interested in,
no,
and then I
no,
think
you-
I'll
no,
discuss
you
what
go
I'm
ahead.
interested in. Oh, you're such a gentleman, Clyde. I'm sorry about this, Miles. I would be very curious to learn more about this Dark Pharaoh painting. What was the inspiration behind this?
Oh, I suppose I must have just been thinking about Mr. Carter and his discoveries in Egypt, and it must have gotten into my subconscious a little bit at some point.
Hmm.
And
Forgive me, Miles. Mr. Carter?
that would be Howard Carter, the guy
He
who
learned about him.
discovered King Tut's tomb.
Oh, okay.
He
Gotcha.
made, yeah, I think that he discovered it in 1922. It
He
made
resigned
worldwide
as
headlines.
chief inspector. He
What
resigned. as
year
a-
were we in Peru?
1921.
Shit. Sorry, I forgot about that phenomenon. I was too busy reveling in the experience of my most recent world traveling adventures. You see, Miles, I think there is something similar between us. I too am an artist. I too draw things into art from my thoughts and my experiences. But sometimes inspiration only strikes um, when you see something or you experience something that feels like it's out of this world. And I get that same feeling when I look at these paintings, especially this one. Don't you agree?
Um, yes, I suppose I do.
Hmm. And Clyde, you were gonna say your favorite painting.
Yeah, this goat one is pretty freaky, you know.
Well said, Clyde.
Yeah. No, it reminds me of something. You know, we were just in New York and we had an experience with our friend Jackson Elias.
Hmm.
And I wonder, does that trigger anything? Like, do I notice a twitch or something?
Make a psychology check.
Good thing I'm great at that.
Maybe the
you?
doctor
Oh,
should have
Jesus.
stayed.
My
Oh
God.
shit! I did it.
You succeeded.
I succeeded.
You get a check mark.
I
Attaboy.
did it.
Yeah. I mean, aside from like the trembly, sort of paranoid nature of him, I mean, he is very twitchy in general. He has sort of like very awkward, slow mannerisms that seem to betray any sense of confidence. But when you mention Jackson Elias, doesn't do anything for him.
Miles, how long have you been painting for? What was your
Yes,
life like
yes.
before you started making these paintings?
Oh, I've been working class most of my life. I I've always had a bit of an interest in painting, but nobody particularly cared for my works until I delved more into the macabre, sort of sinister artwork that I've become known for recently.
Hmm. Hmm. So was it just the need for exposure that drove you to these sorts of paintings, or was there some sort of a catalyst? Is there something that you saw that turned your style to this darkness?
Ah, I suppose it was perhaps somewhat inspired by some of the some surrealist painters of other schools of painting. I chose to keep things a little bit more realistic while accentuating some of the more bizarre aspects, and it seems to have worked. And it's it's been a joy to paint. It's not quite what I saw myself getting known for, perhaps some years ago, but it does have its benefits.
Hmm. Do you have any designs in mind for your next painting, Miles?
Oh, I'm always I'm always doing some work, but
Always doing some work.
would you would you be interested in purchasing this painting?
I don't know, Clyde. Which painting would you furnish your living room with and show to guests when they arrive at your place?
I don't have many guests coming over, but what's the price you asking for these?
Make a credit rating check.
Oh, jeez. All right.
And these are all checks that I should have probably been in there for.
I assume I'm good to make one too, Jack, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I failed.
I invested perhaps too much into my credit rating.
Watch him fail.
I failed.
Which painting are you looking at?
I'm looking at the bloody blood.
I was looking at the goat one. Also, did you say that there was a painting with a sacrifice and a knife in it?
Yes.
That's the one I'm looking at.
With blood.
Love that one.
Is that the same knife that I found in the Juju house?
Nope, it's just a knife.
Okay.
God.
I would be willing to part with both of these paintings for £75 each.
75 pounds each. Let me consult the books on that one, Mr. Tipley.
Hey Harrison, what's that in America?
That is based on the conversion I've been given by Masks of Nyarlathotep. 375 American dollars.
Oh, so
Each?
just like it is now.
Yeah.
I'm a bloody
And how
publisher,
big are
not an
these?
accountant.
Let me tell you.
And you wanted me to fork out more for this?
Richard,
I already
we need your
donated.
bankroll.
I already donated $2,000.
Why did you donate? It's in the past.
Because what else do I spend money on in this game?
First class tickets.
I did already. I did indeed have first class tickets. Yes, I think you knew
Yeah.
about that. Weren't you there for that session?
There's actually a entire illustration on one of the pages, so I'll just screenshot that entire page and send it to you.
Nice.
Jared, one day you're gonna need an ambulance, and those cost so much.
Well, I'm not really afraid of the fact that I almost have the same amount as the entire fund that we were given for the adventure.
And you're complaining about $300?
Yeah.
I've had
So you can see that the 5 paintings are depicted in this image that I've just sent to the group, the handout section.
Goodness
So
me.
the sacrificial one is the one in the bottom right. You can see it's quite long and tall, and then the goat man is the one at the very top in the gold frame. Black figures dancing around a fire, and goat man, I defy your bridge, goat man.
Paintings.
I mean, I have, and Jack, you might want to remind me how this works, because I have like $30 worth of cash that I can drop. I have a $10 spending level, and I have 5,500 worth of assets. But I can't just drop assets on the spot, right?
No, you'd have to liquidate them in some way. You can also submit receipts to Carlton back in the U.S., and he can reimburse you using the funds from the Jesse Hughes fund.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't you need the money in the first place, though?
What'd you say?
Sorry?
Evan? Sorry.
Don't you need the money in the first place to buy it and then get?
I'm a little bit more lenient than that. If you have the funds if you're rich enough to buy it, with what you've got, then I would just consider that to come out of the Hughes fund at some point in the future.
Here's a check,
Hey,
good sir.
While
Exactly.
Harrison is talking to him about money, I kind of want to take a quick wander around the room, look at that other painting maybe he was working on, and see if there's anything else really
Sure.
of note.
The one painting he was working on looks like it's just like the pencil sketches of something else. You can't tell what it is. Like he was just beginning to draft whatever he was beginning to work on. And most of the other stuff in the room is unfinished. And then there's there's a closet in the room as well. The ceiling is sloped in here, and you can see that the skylights have been painted over with black paint, so no natural light comes in. The only thing illuminating this room is a kerosene lamp hanging from the ceiling.
Spooky.
Yeah. But you also see like a secondary room, like a small broom closet or something like that. But the rest of the attic is wide open.
Can I peek my head into that broom closet?
You know, Miles, I
It's locked.
was just looking at my hand, and damn it, and I just remembered a funny story. That young lady there with the poor stomach for horrifying paintings. I once proposed to her with this mysterious ring of mine. I I found this ring on one of my adventures in a temple somewhere, and it truly means a lot to me.
I'm gonna
Isn't it
try opening the
dazzling?
closet.
Yeah, I just told you it's locked.
Oh, I thought that you meant the broom. That was the broom cupboard.
No. There's only the one closet, but the
Hmm.
closet is
Can
locked.
can I shoot a look over at you, encouraging you to perhaps take any means necessary to break open said door while I distract the
I need a charm or a fast talk roll from Harrison if Clyde is going to try and do anything to get this door open.
I'm not gonna try to break the door open. I'll give it like a little jiggle. But
Yeah, you can make a lock picking check.
Okay, hold on.
With all like 1%, it probably is.
is that locksmith?
Yes.
Sure, fuck it. I'll try it. I got some skills in that.
But if you might not want to do it if Harrison fails his roll.
Okay, yeah, I'll wait.
Sorry,
I'll wait
just
to
give me
see
one sec.
how
I hope this
charming
doesn't
Harrison
seem-
is.
I don't hope this doesn't seem kind of BM, but I realize that or not BM, but like I know that the base fast talk skill is 5, and I was able to increase it with my studies by 4, but I only wrote down 4 on there, so I'm just trying to recalculate because I would technically have 9.
So
right?
you would have 9. Yes.
Why
Yeah,
don't you
okay.
just use your charm? Are you not more charming?
Well, that's what confused me is because I thought my I went through the effort to invest in fast talk, but then I thought I somehow still had a larger charm, which I actually do because the base charm is 15%. So guess I'm charming. I mean,
Yeah.
what's more charming than a mysterious ring? Am I right, folks?
Yeah.
It's not.
Everybody say
It is.
Godspeed.
That is a very interesting ring, I suppose.
I suppose. Well, wait till you see how charming I am. Fuck! I'm not very charming.
What'd you roll?
33.
You use luck.
He's not that dedicated.
That's a lot of luck. I'm fine with using luck to like chip away at like a roll that's like so close because it's unlucky that it's
Right.
that close in the first place. But I'm miles
So-
away.
Yeah. So Clyde, you can see that Miles is kind of tracking you with his eyes around the room, even as
I'm not
Harrison
even
is
gonna
talking.
Look at my ring, Miles. My
Not
ring.
even
Follow
gonna
my
touch the
ring.
door then.
Okay.
You're getting very
I'm gonna do like a circuit, and I'll just like look around, and I'll
Yeah.
come back, and I'll be like, yeah, listen, I like the goat thing, I do. You got anything else? Something darker, something you don't want to show someone.
No, I'm afraid this is all I have at the moment.
Nah, nothing secret in the back room over there.
Just a utilities closet.
Sorry, Jack. How much are the two paintings together again?
They would be whatever $375 times 2 is.
Oh, they're $375 each. Goodness me. Do we want to take 2 of them, Clyde? Or do you think just 1 is enough for our furnishing?
Just fucking walk out if he's not going to give you something darker.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
well,
do deal with people like this at my job all the time. You know, Miles, do you think you could do me a better deal on this one? Do you think you could offer me a discount? I mean, I know that your margin is not, you know, not particularly like I think there's a bit of a markup on this painting, and while I very much respect you and your work, I desperately want to furnish my welcoming area of my home with this picture of a sacrifice here. But I just am a bit strapped. I'm working on a trust fund. I would just be so grateful.
Appealing to
if
the
you
common
could-
man.
Yeah,
I'm afraid 75 pounds is the least I can let any of these paintings go for. I do have some interest from a few galleries and some other private buyers. So if you can't,
Wow. When you say it like that, Miles, I suppose I'll just have to fork out the cash. So I can use my spending level, the rest of my cash, and then just promise the rest via the fund, right?
E-transfer.
or
Is that how that works?
you can just get a receipt from him, and I will consider you to have handed over the cash. Then Carlton will reimburse you once once he gets the receipt.
So that way I don't have to use any of my money on hand. And I can just
Exactly.
pay for all of it
Yeah.
up front.
That way we're not doing math right now.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Shipley, I like what you got here. I gotta figure some stuff out. I gotta talk to my guy in New York. He's gonna send me some money.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's on his way to talk to him.
Yeah.
No one's sending
I gotta go
anyone
to New
money.
York right now.
Did I get out of my mouth when I disconnected?
Yep.
Nice.
Your disconnect had the best comedic timing I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I was frozen like this not too long ago.
It's true.
It almost happened again right there. It lagged out.
Wait, Clyde, are you ending this conversation? Because like I don't know,
I'm saying I'm interested. I'm saying I'll be back.
Okay.
I mean, I understand you got interest and you can't necessarily hold the payments, but you know, the effort would be appreciated.
But are we not able to just secure the painting right away? I thought that was the whole way that
if you're buying yours, then you can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Clyde, I'll buy your painting. God damn it, let's just get our paintings. What do you need to go talk to your manager for? Jesus Christ. I just want to buy these paintings, Clyde. I don't want to wait. I don't want to have to come back another day just because you think that you have to secure the funds first. No, we're on a trust fund. Pay first, ask questions later.
There you go. That's the
Thank
spirit.
you,
Miles,
Harrison.
there's nothing I want more in the world right now than these two paintings. And
What if
I'm
he
giving
has
you
the money on
exact
hand?
that you are.
What if there's another reason?
What other reason would there be?
It doesn't matter
lady
anymore.
downstairs. What inferences are you trying to make?
I'm not. I don't feel my arms. What do I know?
I would like
Speaking
to.
of which, we are going to get to the other two at this point. Are you
Yes.
buying both paintings? I do need to know.
Yeah. I'm buying
Okay.
Clyde on behalf
do
of
a
him, so he's not being such a
medical
bitch buyer.
Okay, so you're buying goat wood and you're buying the sacrifice one, correct?
The Golden Pharaoh one. The Black Pharaoh.
You're buying Dark Pharaoh. Gotcha.
Yeah, sorry. I want Dark Pharaoh. And I guess the goat one. I mean, the goat one, like you can kind of pass it off as like a nice painting. The one with a guy with a dagger in his chest, like.
Yeah.
Put that in my BSDM room.
There you go.
BSM room.
It's hard for Matilda to keep that one clean.
Oh.
She keeps losing function of her arms every time she looks at it.
I swear she's doing it just to get more hours in.
Matilda, why don't you sit down and never go into that room again? Thank you, sweetheart.
Okay, so with the purchase of those two paintings, the Jesse Hughes Fund now has $47,950 still in it.
Goodness, drop in a bucket, huh, boys? It's good to live large.
Okay.
I should spend a lot of money at that.
Stop! No, don't. I don't want to nurture such thoughts.
So Norman, while you're in the kitchen with Bertha, she begins fixing up the tea. You begin to notice that there's like a really musky, weird smell here in the house, almost like body odor, and it's very, very quite humid in the house. You can make a natural world or a 1 second here.
Is that a hot mama?
Is that
nothing
the smell of
nothing like sweaty grandma? Yeah, you can make a natural world, or a hard knowledge roll to.
What about
figure out.
a fishing roll?
You don't have anything invested in your fishing skill. I don't think that's not a skill.
I know it's okay. Yeah,
I was looking
world.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do some natural world. Why not? I failed.
Yeah, it's just a smelly house.
I
There's nothing
am
important
still gonna
there.
talk to her though for a little bit here.
Burn it down. It's the only way we get results.
Oh well, that lamp up in his room is making me twitch. So
So you notice here in the kitchen, there's another door that goes out to what is presumably a back garden, and a door that goes downstairs into the basement.
So, Bertha,
Yes.
how long has your son been doing those paintings for?
Oh, he's been painting a little bit for about a little over a decade now, I suppose, but he never got much interest until he started doing the more interesting works of his.
And what do you think got him into that kind of work?
Oh, I don't know. It's kids these days, right?
You're telling me. I I hang out with this crew here, and sometimes I feel like they just don't even understand me.
I feel like you understand my struggle, Mr. Norman.
I do, Bertha. I traveled the 7 seas for many years in solitude. Has Miles ever done much travel?
Oh, fuck, dude. You trying to seduce Bertha?
I'd be disappointed.
The
if you
hot
weren't.
I can't wait till one of us walks in there and smells the hot steamy mess of fucking Norman and Bertha.
Bertha joins the party.
What a twist.
Oh
Bertha's-
no,
Bertha's,
Miles has never gone too far. He likes to stay here to help me.
Oh, really? He has no. Does he have any friends like my good group of people here?
Oh, he prefers to keep to himself.
Really?
I think he might have a few acquaintances at local pubs.
Very interesting. What kind of pubs he's going to? I've been looking for a place to get a drink.
I believe he frequents the Rose and Crown. It's a pub nearby.
Interesting. What's their signature drink there? You ever go down for a drink?
I imagine ale, probably beer, if I had to guess.
Where I come from, they have a drink where they put some whiskey in a glass of some maple syrup. We're calling
The Canadian Mule.
we call it a Great White North.
I'll have to try that sometime. All right, while this riveting conversation is happening, Richard and Ruth, what are you doing?
I am going to perform a medical with the authorization of young Miss Ruth here. I would like to perform a medical examination.
Proceed.
All right. What do I have to do to just roll medicine?
It's psychological, so I need a psychoanalysis roll.
Richard, is that a thermometer, or are you just happy to give me an examination?
The good doctor wouldn't do that.
What makes you
Alright.
think he's a good doctor?
I got a regular success.
Okay, so you realize that it's psychosomatic, and the effects will probably wear off in a few minutes, maybe.
Oh, Ruth, I want to first just reassure you that this will all soon be over. It'll wear off.
I don't
in a
think it
few
will.
moments. This is just a minor psychoanalysis or
Richard,
psychoanalytic.
I'm a boxer. My arms are how I make my money. If I don't have
You'll
my
have-
arms,
Listen. You'll have your arms back. You're just a little bit thrown off by those grotesque pictures. I didn't even look at them. I don't even know what they look like. But
I want to
based
turn
on
around
your
so my
reaction,
arms like fly with me.
So you want to are you trying to like hit Richard with
No,
them?
I'm just trying to like turn around because I'm upset, but not thinking about what my arms are gonna do as a result.
Ruth, you're gonna be fine. I am here. I'm a doctor. I'm literally a neurologist, a surgeon in neurology, and I'm telling you, you will be fine. You'll have your arms back. You'll be able to throw those haymakers like nothing before.
You electrocute brains. You don't analyze them.
Oh, that was just one mere paper. They asked me to look at what shock therapy was actually doing to people, and I thought I'd give it a try. Why not? I was very interested in that. But I mostly do surgeries on brains.
I'm just gonna cry.
There, Ruth.
As you begin to cry, you start to like get a bit more feeling back into your arms.
No, it's just my imagination.
No,
could be.
Ruth, you see this little... I'm going to take this little stick and I'm going to kind of brush it against your skin. I want you to tell me if you feel it.
I don't feel anything.
You actually do feel it a little bit.
Wait, do that again.
All right.
One more time. I don't feel anything.
That's to the left.
No, I feel a
about
little
over here?
something. I think you may be right, Doctor.
See, Ruth, I told you, you're gonna be just fine. I just need you to relax. We'll
Alright.
get you a nice cup of tea. I'll gently feed it to you so you don't have to worry.
The 10 combat rounds are probably about over now, so you regain the usage of your arms to save us all the trouble of watching this play out.
It's a miracle.
I told you, Ruth. I told you you'd be fine.
Did you do this to me?
Do what to you?
I don't know.
Give you feeling back in your arms?
No, you're not capable of that.
No, your brain is a phenomenal organ. You can just imagine the things it can do for you.
All right. Well, it certainly calmed me down. Thank you, Richard. Should we go back inside?
Yes, Ruth, I do think Clyde was a little bit worried. I'd like to reassure him that you are okay.
Can I get another shot at Bertha here?
Yeah, fuck it, why
No,
not?
Ethan.
We cut back to the kitchen. The tea is being prepared.
It's not the only thing steaming.
How do you take your tea, dear? Cream, sugar?
I just take it black.
Maple syrup?
You see, cream doesn't take well on the high seas, so. And sugar, I've never had a sweet tooth.
Except for maple syrup.
I was gonna say except for you, baby, but I guess that works too. Oh.
But when it comes to the hearts, I love sweets. Now, Bertha, I don't mean to be rude. You're anything. It's the last thing I would want to do on such a lovely home and such a lovely lady. But I can't help but notice the stench in here. Do you know what that could be?
Oh, I'm not sure I could necessarily say.
You don't think it's coming from any place in particular? The basement or something?
Oh, well, I would be willing.
I'm something of a master of sniffing out smells. And I could try to figure out what that smell is and
Smell of fish from miles away.
fix it for you. I'm quite
Doesn't
handy.
even use a line.
It could be a leaky tap or something in the basement.
Black
All right.
gold. The silent
right, well-
killer.
Well, why don't we go downstairs and try and find out, you and I?
Let's go.
All right.
Master of ships and pipes.
All right. So you make
He's
your
gonna
way
chip his pipe
downstairs.
somewhere.
Everybody's heart skipped a beat when she said that, but we know Norman's heart skipped about 5 beats. Norman like stumbles for a sec. He's like, oh.
Hey,
On
I
the way
wanted to
down the
explore the house.
Yeah, that's not the only thing you'll be exploring.
You disgusting Harrison.
We're on
All
a
right.
mission.
You're gonna explore her pipes.
Oh my
You fucking freak. You're a freak.
So you make your way downstairs with Bertha. See, the basement is quite normal. It's dirty. It's cluttered with a lot of junk. It's tough to see much down here, but there is a small light that gives you a little bit of illumination down here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I see any like leaking pipes or anything? Like that could be the cause of that like
Make-
humidity.
Make a spot hidden check.
Fail.
You don't really see much of anything down here.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna look around as I continue talking to Bertha and just say,
For sure.
Bertha, have you ever taken a look at your son's paintings before?
Oh, I don't have much of an eye for art myself, but I'm glad that he has an outlet that he enjoys, and it makes us a little bit of money on the side.
Does he tell you much about the paintings that he makes?
Oh, nothing more than what he really told you today. I don't like to interfere.
So you would know nothing about a dark pharaoh,
Subtle.
a dark mountain.
Oh, I can't say that I would. Is this something that interests you?
I'm just curious as to his inspiration for everything. It's quite disturbing material to just come up with without some
Normal.
sort of external inspiration. No one's ever been by the house to meet with him.
Oh, there are a number of people who are interested in his paintings, but I think it's just all in his head. I think he might have trouble sleeping, and perhaps it comes to him in dreams.
Does he ever wake up in the middle of the night?
Mama.
I'm not sure.
He never is screaming or crying, you find?
This is a very odd line of questioning.
He's the one in the scene. He's just like, I'm gonna take a break from this conversation.
He realized he was going too hard on her.
Look at Courtney's fucking stand. She's not impressed.
He's consulting her with what to say next to seduce this lady.
Babe,
Seducer.
You want to show her someone's dark mountain?
Oh,
Disgusting.
That was a bit much.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Norman, do you want to 1 second. Sorry.
I'll be your black pharaoh or dark pharaoh.
Oh,
Katy
God,
Perry song.
don't be weird about it, please. There's too much shit going on already.
I was just waiting for Norman to punch her in the back of the head as they went downstairs.
Oh my god! No one will smell the body.
So, oh no, she fell down the stairs.
Oh,
She died of old
how did
age.
this happen?
I have to toss the basement now.
Time to light it on fire.
Oh, it's fucking nuts.
Fire reveals all.
Watch her turn into one of those faceless monster piles
Oh,
that
that
Norm
would-
lit on fire.
That would be so good. Sweet Bertha making tea for us.
That'd be like a Resident Evil kind of outcome for someone like this.
You had Luis
I
Mendoza.
haven't played that much Resident Evil, but I know exactly what you're talking about, and I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, I had Luis Mendoza and Norm has Bertha. Wait till she tries to impregnate you, Norm. It's a very uncomfortable feeling.
Now who's wearing the pants in this relationship?
So, as you're having this conversation with Bertha, she says, "Now, do you think, now that we're down here, there is another section of the basements that I think you could check out."
Norm, don't do it.
That is
Don't do it.
sus.
I think he was in character when he laughed like that.
Norm just laughs hysterically.
Yeah, of course.
Play cool, Norm, play cool.
Where is this place?
She kind of points to the wall that's opposite of the staircase. Now, if you just go by those chests there, I've got a few things behind them that might be where the smell is coming from.
Can I roll something here? I don't know. I don't know how this works. Like, because obviously I'm suspicious, but do I have to roll to be
Roll insight.
suspicious?
to express that suspicion.
Yeah, do I have
Insight or
to-
like
to act
do I have
on
to
it.
roll? And if do I have to roll to be suspicious about it? And if I'm not, I just have to go do it.
You can say no. You can just be like, nah. You're under no obligation to continue the conversation.
you do a spot hidden check, couldn't you again? Or is it just because you
No,
already
wait.
did one?
You could also try a psychology check to see if she's fucking with you.
I'm.
You won't necessarily learn why she's fucking with you.
I'm-
But
Can I do a spot hidden check on that corner there and just see?
Yep. You make another spot hidden check. I'll allow it.
Norman, what's your character's last name?
Son of a.
I don't think he
bitch.
has one.
I failed.
just
Actually, I
Norman
do.
with
It's
you.
Hammermeister.
Norman
Alright,
Hammermeister.
it's going into my fucking notes.
Norman, if you leave
I-
that basement without opening the door,
In real life, I know people with the last name Hammermeister, so
Really?
it's
I
not
have
as funny as
Norman
you think.
Hammerstone.
Anyways, so you failed the spot hidden check.
I did.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
How come all of a sudden now you're thinking of this spot, Bertha?
Oh, just call it intuition. As she kind of brushes a hand over your shoulder, I need you to make an opposed power roll for me.
Oh!
Heck does that mean?
Oh, she's
She's
It
powering
means
you.
I need you to roll
She-
I need you to be a D100.
I know we should. I know we should have given Norm the rape whistle. I knew this was gonna happen.
A D100?
Yep.
So roll your dice, and then what's your power?
Oh, my power.
Yep.
Oh no. Oh
Did-
no.
Thank God I didn't go.
Oh no.
Damn, I should have gone.
I fumble.
Oh no!
Okay.
Is Norm the next to die?
So-
Old lady bird.
Goes out the way he came into this world from an old lady.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Oh my
Wow.
god!
Man, that's quotable.
I'm gonna be thinking about that joke as I go to sleep tonight. As my eyes slowly close and I go into the realm of the unconscious, I'm just gonna picture that whole.
It's gross, and we
Situation.
learned something about Norman.
Yeah, good lord. That's how you tell a story, folks.
as Bertha kind of traces a finger across your back, Norman, you are frozen in place and you cannot move.
Oh shit.
Yell
Can I-
for help.
Can I like scream?
No, you are completely numb, and there is nothing in your mind at the moment.
Norm got seduced by an old lady.
I'm muting
And
my
as,
mic.
as you stand there in the basement, Bertha begins to walk back up the stairs and closes the door behind her.
Fuck.
Jesus Christ, you guys were all scared to be with the guy who paints the fucking photos.
I wasn't scared to be with him.
Speaking of which,
No, they were scared of Richard. They weren't scared of him.
so what are the rest of you doing?
Well, I don't like. I feel like it's metagaming if I'm like, "Hey, Ruth and I are going to the kitchen for tea."
Well,
Actually,
Well,
no, it
we were
wouldn't be,
entering
because
the
I said,
house.
I did say to her, let's go get you some tea. So
As you
technically,
as you re-enter the house, coming down the narrow hallway, Bertha Shipley is carrying a tray of tea on it. Oh, hello, dearies. Feeling better, are we?
Yes, much.
Would you care for a cup of tea?
Where's Norman? Didn't Norman go into there with you?
He did. He was asking about a pub that Miles goes to on occasion, and he went to get a pint. I think he was a little bit thirsty.
Wouldn't we have seen him go out the door? Can I call like bullshit?
She said he went out the back.
Oh, can I use a psychology check to see how fucking messed this woman is?
I mean, yeah, you can make a psychology check.
You know that's tough because you
sounds like
really want to make sure you don't toe the line
Yeah.
of metagaming, but and then at the
Well,
same time,
well,
it's kind
because
of
like I'm a
excuse.
doctor, so most of the time I would do psychology check.
If anyone could make this role, it would be whatever the fuck your character's name,
Richard.
I did get an extreme success on my psychology check.
An extreme success.
Yes.
Okay.
I got a 2.
You got a 2.
Yeah.
I just imagine like Jared like looks her in the eye after she tells that lie, and then she's like, "He's locked in the basement."
Let's see here. Oh man, she unfortunately rolled really bad, so she's gonna dump like most of her luck points into that roll to make you cannot tell that she's lying.
Oh
Man,
even with a
I'm
2.
starting to feel like all of the bad things I said about Norman, you took to heart, Keeper of Arcane Secrets.
Yeah, she's gonna spend 87 luck points to increase it to a natural 1.
She wants it.
Honestly, that's such bullshit, man. Because like she's just a passing character. I didn't realize each character had their own luck. Like
A
I'm
lot
not
of them do.
complaining.
She's been waiting her whole
But
life.
doesn't that allow you to fix basically any
She's
role?
waiting-
'Cause you just pour out any-
Not every character has that many luck points, and she just spent 87 out of 90 that she has.
So that's interesting. So that means that every NPC has their own build within the book, and I would assume that like I guess she's built for
Yes.
stuff like that.
Every NPC that you've encountered thus far, except ones that I've had to make up on the spot, have a full character profile that is
Nice.
written the exact same way that you guys have your character sheet laid out.
Okay, so I don't have any suspicion, like whatsoever. Not an
none
inkling.
whatsoever. Nope.
Sorry, Jared. You're gonna have
Um,
to suspend your disbelief on this one.
And our other 2 friends, are they still with Miles?
I imagine that they are still upstairs, in fact.
Well, let's go up to see
Lying
them.
heinous bitch. Were you really gonna go back to the scary room that drove you temporarily insane? Maybe wait in the stairwell there, eh, sweetheart?
Okay.
Oh,
okay,
did you take your cup of tea?
No, I didn't.
Would we smell the smell, Jack?
Yes. Yeah, you
Do
would.
you smell the smell? I'm gonna choose not to smell it.
Yeah.
Robert. Ew.
What?
I like to
It's
roll
gonna do
smell.
The smell is the blood, and Richard is the shark. The moment he remembered there's a smell, Richard's gonna be like, "What is that foul odor? I must
That is-
investigate immediately."
I wasn't gonna say that. I was just gonna be like, what is that god awful stench?
Goodness.
Okay. So, you guys go upstairs with your tea. Bertha follows, and you all reunite in the attic.
Great.
I understand at the door.
Would you care for a cup of tea, dearies?
I do love tea. Yeah, yes, Bertha, I will accept the tea. But where's Norman exactly?
He
Oh,
apparently
he-
went to a pub. She was saying.
He went to have a beer, a nice cleansing ale, as he put it.
Yeah, it sounds
That
like
sounds like
Norman.
something he would say and do.
Well, whereabouts did he go so we can fish him out later?
He went to that pub that you go to on occasion, Miles, the Rose and Crown, I believe it's called.
Fuck, I gave her the whole story pretty much.
Listen, Norman, Evan, I fucking tried to get down there.
And is that nearby?
Miles kind of pipes up. Yes, it's a few blocks away. It would probably be a 10-minute walk from here.
All right. I'm gonna have to go fish our friend out.
Well, why don't you guys stay here? Miss Ruth here and I will go look for him.
I don't believe. I think our business here is all but concluded.
Yes, your friends purchased two of my paintings. In fact,
2.
Yes.
I don't want to look
Lovely work.
Yes, Ruth, I'm thinking of hanging one on the outside of my luggage so that it's always visible at all times. So, with the hope that anybody that really has a taste for these paintings will always be able to see it. Always.
I'm just gonna give him a dead stare.
I'm gonna like step in and be like, Harrison, I don't think that is the right thing to say to someone who has obviously been impacted negatively by these paintings.
Richard,
I may
you
not
wouldn't
be a doctor or
understand. You
anything,
haven't been on
but
our travels. Ruth and I just love to take little digs at each other. It's how we express our fondness for each other. Isn't that right, darling?
I'm not gonna answer him.
Ah,
Right.
clever as always. Ruth.
Well, hey, Miles, are you done for the night? You want to come for a beer since we're all headed that way?
oh, I have to continue on my work, but it was a pleasure meeting all of you. I do thank you
Oh,
for purchasing
please,
my
though,
my
Miles.
work.
Oh, Mars, come on, let me treat you to a beer, my friend. Come on, get some sunlight. Fresh air is always good for the soul. Not to mention a nice pint of lager.
in fact, I think Bertha, I think you should also join us for a nice beer.
Can I roll persuade, Jack?
Can I roll intimidate?
Intimidate.
Come for a beer.
Jesus Christ.
Can I roll?
No, you're stunned. The spell has completely
I was
nullified you.
But yeah. I'm stuck.
Jack, am I able to roll persuade?
Against both of them.
Well, I guess I specifically asked Miles. I actually didn't think of inviting the old hag to a beer, but I guess we're doing that now.
I'll roll.
He
I'll
says
roll
in
something
his
for her,
inside
whether
voice.
it's intimidation or intimidation.
Or,
Fighting
fighting
intimidation
brawl.
on an old lady.
Perhaps firearms.
Oh no!
Shotgun.
See the way I think of intimidation is because I can have like a creepy doctor side. I kind of want that to be my persuasive. It's not like I'm getting. It's not like I'm intimidating in like the scared. It's more creep the fuck out and don't want to disappoint me kind of way.
Well,
Wait, what was it? Okay.
I don't think Miles or I would very much like to go out at the moment. He's very busy and has so much work to do.
Yeah, of course. It was just an offer. Anyway, thank you, Miles, for your work. Perhaps we'll stop by. We're only in London visiting. Clearly, no, I don't have the same tongue that you speak.
Of course, if you'd like to purchase any other paintings, you know where to find me.
Of course. Well, thank you for your time.
Bye.
And I'll start to make my way out.
Yep. So you make it your way out of the attic, sort of across the second floor landing and down into the main floor.
And Mrs. Shipley, thank you for the tea and offering us into your home, welcoming us into your home.
Oh, it was my pleasure. Thank you for coming by. Have a wonderful day.
Is there anything I can roll to try to make a noise, scream, or something?
I will allow you to make...
As they leave.
Just lights a match.
Her mistake was locking Norm in a flammable space. She didn't take it into consideration.
There's a furnace down there.
Make a power roll for me.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Norman.
Come on, Norman, you can do it.
We're gonna do this suspensefully. We're gonna roll the 1 first, and then we'll roll the 10 dice.
Ooh.
That is suspenseful.
Okay, that was a 1.
Ooh.
That's good.
But can we roll a 4 or lower? No. we
Hey,
fail.
can I quickly ask,
Fail.
guys? Am I
It's
coming
over.
through really shitty as far as sound's concerned?
No, you're sounding okay.
We're
You
done.
could use
Okay.
luck, or can you use luck on this roll?
No, I rolled a 71. I needed a 45. Well, fuck. You know what?
Oh, never mind.
You
I
know,
thought you rolled the 10 digits first.
you know what? I think Norman leads a little lucky.
Yeah, well, you definitely weren't getting lucky in other aspects. Were
I
you?
am
Well,
going to.
You know,
what
when you
do I-
die, you can't take your luck points with you.
That's what I
True.
was just thinking. Like, if I'm dying anyways.
you just whip out the engineer's calculator.
Yeah, crunch some numbers, alright?
I need to use 27 luck points to succeed, and I'm gonna use them.
Okay.
Use every last
I
one of
mean, Bertha just spent 87, so
I
Drop the
can't
big
believe
luck
that. That's
tonight.
insane.
Of her luck points?
yeah.
Yeah, just counter my psychology check.
Well, she doesn't know I'm doing it. I'm doing it anyways. I'm gonna die. So, all right, I'm using 27 luck points.
27 luck points. So, as you're sitting there seized up in the basement, you kind of just have a moment of clarity, Norman, and you shrug it off and you come back to your senses.
Oh my god! What?
This is
So
not
you
just a
can-
screen. This is an opportunity.
So I hear them leaving upstairs, right?
Make a listen roll.
I'll use some more
Don't press
luck.
your.
No, I fail.
My goodness,
You don't hear you can't hear anything at the moment. You just know that you've managed to shrug off whatever this spell is, and you are now in the basement.
Okay, well, the first thing I am doing is I'm lighting a fire.
No! No! Oh my god.
I
Because
think Norman's decided he wants to die by his own hand.
Yeah.
and here's my thought: if I light a fire right now, then at least if I try to escape and I get stopped, that's my plan B to help me get the fuck out. Because it creates a distraction.
There's a lot of
What?
shit in this basement that'll go up in flames. There's
Why,
like
why would
And
you
I
try
just
the
hap-
basement
and
door?
I just
Why-
happen
why
to
would
have
you?
my favorite set of Jackson's matches with me.
so everyone, you begin to leave the house. Bertha and Miles see you out the front door, and you begin making your way to the Rose and Crown, presumably.
Harrison, you fucking idiot.
What? What's wrong? What did I
We
do?
didn't need the paintings. We didn't go there for the bloody
Come on,
fucking
Come
paintings.
on! I thought we
went
could.
there
There's
trying
got to
to
be some
make-
secret.
You just
We
spent
could examine this art.
$700 on this
Okay,
crap.
you have to admit they're quite antique, nice, fine arts work.
They
Okay,
they
I
are
think
very
there's
nice
some.
paintings. Yeah, they're
Yes.
quite
Yes,
nice.
they're
They're-
nice. Sure,
they're-
whatever. No one's going to. Why?
I will put them up in Richard's canopy.
You will do no such thing. My house has
Well-
certain art styles I accept, and I don't even want to look at these demonic
Look,
entities.
we will tear these paintings apart bit for bit, both metaphorically or whatever, and also physically. If we can't figure out anything, we'll take apart the frames. We'll look for any hidden meanings. For all we know, on the back of the painting, there could be a big clue that says, "I'm the one
The
who killed Jackson
Declaration of
Goliath. Please
Independence."
arrest me."
All right. Let's go find Norman. Let's have a drink and let's figure out our next plan, our next step, and what we're doing.
That's a good idea.
Back to the Norman adventures.
Yeah, that's exactly what that was.
Meanwhile, not at the bar.
okay.
No, I want to
Norman.
push you now. God.
Are you lighting a fire in this basement?
Absolutely, I am. Yeah.
All right.
He
So
died as he lived.
We should have took his
Interesting.
matches. Why didn't we take his matches?
interesting thing about buildings in England at this point in time, a lot of them had coal stores in the basement to throw into the furnace to keep the house warm.
Oh no.
So there's a lot of shit that you can burn down here.
I think the house is going to get quite warm in a second.
I was gonna say, I feel like this house is gonna go up quite fast.
You know what's hilarious? My first instinct was to light a fire and not to look to see if there was an exit from the basement.
That's what I said.
So it's easy enough for you to gather up like a bunch of like old furniture and materials and stuff like that, and to get a fire going.
Okay. What should my next move? Spot hidden. Is there an exit? That's the door, basically.
Fucking Norman.
You know what? Yeah, I'll allow another spot hidden check, given the predicament you're in.
Norman fucking
definitely thought-
pulls a dresser out of the corner, lights a fire, and then sits in front of it. It's like, what should my next move be?
2 luck points, and it's a success.
Oh, it's a success.
Very good. I definitely thought that you lit the fire and then said, what should my next move be?
That's exactly what he did.
Okay. So as the fire begins slightly, you notice that there's obviously the staircase leading back up to the kitchen. In the part of the wall where Bertha was kind of pointing you towards earlier, you can see that there's a seam down the brickwork that looks like it's out of place, and that it possibly opens, and it could be another area.
There's
Don't
another
go
demon
deeper.
down here. There's another demon mask down here.
Don't go
Um,
deeper.
What do I have with me?
Dude,
I don't
that's
have
what we
any
did at the Juju house. We committed to staying down there during the fire, and we got out.
Yeah, but this time the fire's in the basement.
So you better go upstairs then.
The only thing I have with me is my matches and my coffee cup. So we're in a pretty... So I guess I'm gonna look around for a weapon first before I try to make a run for the staircase.
Okay. You're not going to do anything with the wall.
Uh-oh.
Come on, you're here.
Ruth, shut up.
Come on.
Don't influence him. Let him make his own decision.
If you're going to look for a weapon, make a luck roll for me.
No, I'm just gonna go with the wall. I'm just gonna get away. If I have a fire between me and them. Now I'm just gonna get deeper. If I can kill enough time so that I don't know if my friends are still in the house or if they've left, but I know that if the fire builds enough, my friends will know something's wrong.
We'll know it's you. That's the Norm signature. We'll see in the
So if I
newspaper.
don't-
House burned down.
That's just like Batman. Is there a plume of smoke in the sky? Oh, Norman's over there.
If I go deeper, then I have a better chance than just running upstairs where I know some lady that can just touch me and make me frozen. So I'm going deeper. We're going into this thing.
So as you go to the seam in the brickwork, you kind of push it, and the false wall gives away, and immediately you're greeted with this very putrid scent. It's like the scent that you've had in the rest of the house, but multiplied to a ridiculous degree.
That sounds like dead body, multiple face monster if I've ever heard of it.
Is there anywhere to go in this new room?
What you see are shelves covering one wall, and the rest of the walls are inscribed with some sort of mystic symbols. The shelves hold jars that are filled with weird substances, and there's what appears to be like a bathtub made out of stone that's covered with a large sheet of metal in one corner.
Do you remember when we said that London would be a quick stop and we'd be on our way to our next adventure?
Oh man. Okay, so obviously I'm gonna go to the tub with the metal on it and I guess lift the sheet metal.
So you push off the sheet metal, and inside is the bloody viscera of like whatever poor soul last came down to this basement. You see bones and like rotting meat inside, and just a bloody mess. And I need you to make a sanity roll as well.
Oh my god, boys. Norm is going out in the most fucked up way of this campaign yet.
Still early.
Hide in the tub.
Yo, I passed my sanity
Hey.
check.
Okay, so you take 1 point of sanity damage from seeing this, as there's a rather fresh severed head of a young woman in the tub as well.
Ew.
Poor lady. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame.
Aside from that, there's the symbols and there's the wall full of jars, but there's not much else down here, and you do not see any other way to exit.
Thing I'm doing, I'm gonna pick up a jar
Okay,
and I'm gonna carry it with me. I'm gonna do. Now I'm gonna see if there's anything else that can help me get out of here, like a weapon.
okay. Make a luck roll for me.
I barely have any luck, so I fail.
You fail. Okay, you do not find anything. And you hear, I had a timer set for 5 minutes to see when Bertha was going to come back. You hear from the top of the stairs, the door and swing open, and you hear some footsteps come down the stairs,
Okay.
and then the startled realization that there is a fire that has been lit underneath here.
Okay. The next thing I'm doing is I'm picking. Can I pick up the sheet metal?
Yes,
Can I
absolutely.
hold it forward? I'm putting the jar down. I don't even need the jar. I'm
Okay.
picking the sheet metal and I'm holding it in front of me, and I'm going to charge. As soon as she gets to the bottom of the stairs and I see her, I'm gonna charge at her and try to knock her over, and then run up the stairs.
Okay.
Captain America.
This is the most norm. This is the most norm escape I think I've ever seen.
So you hear Bertha like get to the bottom of the stairs, and then you hear her scream for Miles. And as you do that, you charge forward. Make a fighting brawl check for me.
Come on,
Oh,
Let's
Evan.
go.
Come on.
Pretend she's a
come on,
fish.
Norm.
Um,
Succeed one roll. No,
It's-
that isn't good.
I need to. I think you get it's a bonus die. I think because she's surprised. I think I need to.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay,
so
you
I
gotta
rolled
you
the
gotta
10
make
again?
one successful
10
dice roll, Evan.
I just rolled the 10 again.
Oh, actually, it's a surprise attack with fighting brawl is always successful. Surprise attack with firearms and thrown weapons need a skill roll. So you just succeed.
Yes.
Damn.
So roll 1d3 for me, and I'll give the sheet metal a +1 to damage.
A D3. What is
Triangle.
that again?
A d6. 1 to 2 is 1 damage. 3 to 4 is 2 damage.
Oh.
5 to 6 is 3 damage.
And thus he was known
Guess
as
what?
Norman.
5
then.
to 6. 5 to 6.
So you come charging out as fast as you can, holding up this sheet metal, and you knock Bertha Shipley on her ass to the ground, doing 4 points of damage to her.
And I'm
Dang.
out of
Broke
here.
her hip.
I am running up those stairs and trying to get to the door.
Okay.
Do you
Come on,
still have
Norm.
your sheet metal?
No, I drop as soon as I knock her over. I'm like throwing the sheet
Ah,
metal
okay.
with her. Hopefully, so it lands on her or some shit.
Throw it
So-
on her and then just run, jump, and stab on her.
Elbow drop.
Norman, as you careen into Bertha Shipley, she goes flying into a corner and knocking up against some furniture that she has in the side. You throw the sheet metal on her and book it up the staircase before she can even react. You make your way out through the hall. You're in the kitchen. Where are you going?
I'm going to the front door. I'm out of here. I'm leaving. I'm not staying.
You go to the front door, unlock it as fast as you can, throw it open, don't even bother to close it, and you book it down the street.
Yes!
Wow. Wow.
You may be the most unlucky bastard ever now, but you did it.
And
How
I'm
many
just-
luck points do you have left? Out of
I have
curiosity.
17 luck points left. I had
Wow. How many
45.
did you have before all this?
I had 45 at the beginning.
That's a great cut for you, Matt.
Super long, super stuff. That's how I feel right now.
Which one do you
Okay,
identify
buddy.
with the most?
obviously
Superwoman.
I have
Nice.
no idea where everyone else went. I'm just running back to Richard's house. I'm headed back there.
You're
It's not in
running
the
all the way
country?
back.
A long
My
distance away.
house is a ways away.
Oh, I don't know where else to go. I wasn't here last time.
Well, I mean,
Well, I
have
don't
we
think
made
we
it to
have
the
made it
pub?
very far.
because
How
as
far
Yeah,
soon
we
as
wouldn't
we're in
have.
the pub, we know he's not there.
You guys would have made it at least a street over at this point.
Can I roll
We
luck
would have
to see if
probably
I
heard
run
the.
the correct way for the to
Yeah,
run?
yeah. You can make a luck roll to see if you can track them down.
Can you use luck to improve your luck roll?
Are you like screaming out for them to the open? Are you
No.
like trying to
It
find them?
works because the more luck points you use, you just go farther away from the same spot. You'll never get there. I fail. I failed. I failed.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just running away. Hopefully, I'm never gonna get found.
Sounds good. Yeah,
And I'll make my way back to Richards eventually.
yeah. So, well, I would say you know.
Well, I wouldn't have known
So-
that they went to the Rose and Crown.
No,
I don't
you
even
wouldn't.
know if they're actually still in the house. I don't even know.
Well, couldn't there be like No, I guess not. I was gonna say there would be a way to like kind of I don't know like a or like a sense of things, or it's like,
The-
oh, I told her I should go check out that bar. Where would she tell them to go and
Well,
investigate?
Well, I don't know if you guys left.
yeah, Norman doesn't know to go to the Rosencrown. Norman could potentially head back to the Scoop, the newspaper office. He could. The PenHue Foundation is closed on Saturdays, so he could head there, but it wouldn't help him very much. He could head to a telephone and try and phone somebody in town that he
Explode.
knows.
No, I think
But
Norman is pretty rattled about what just happened. I think he's just gonna try to get somewhere safe, and he knows
Yeah.
Richards is a good place to go. So
fair enough. Eventually, with enough time, you would be able to get back to Richard's house. Richard's house is outside of London. It's kind of it's sort of in the countryside, just north of London. So, yeah, you can get there in time. Everyone else, what are you guys doing? Carrying two paintings around. You managed to get to the pub.
I don't think, Harrison, we should carry these paintings into the bar.
Are they
I
wrapped
mean,
or anything?
could-
Or
Yeah, I think they would have been wrapped. We'll
Oh,
say
okay.
that they got wrapped up for transport.
Yeah,
Just
I
carry
would
around
hope.
these
I would
really
hope
fucked
Miles
up-
has the presence of mind to wrap them for the people's eyes.
Why don't just a few of us go in and check out the pub? It's not that big of a pub.
No, it's pretty normal sized. Those of you who head in, you do not see Norman anywhere in the pub.
Gosh.
I'd like to ask around about people, see if they know who Miles, if he has any friends, or I'll ask the bartender actually.
If I'm waiting outside, how long till I spot the plume of smoke from Ripley's place?
You know, you don't know that there's a fire that's been lit, so you wouldn't know to look for it.
But
How long till you would hear like the sirens?
was it even that big
That's
of
all-
a fire?
Yeah, that's assuming that they can't even put the fire out on their own. It's impossible for you guys to say because you don't know that a fire's been lit.
Sure.
But I don't disagree with you. Of course, I just wonder if like if we came from a direction and then we look back in that direction and we see a plume of smoke, isn't that enough information for us to think about it? Especially knowing that Norman was once there during the day. at
You
some
look
point.
back and there's not a plume of smoke.
Nice paintings, huh?
No.
So, Clyde, you're gonna talk to the bartender.
Yep.
Yeah. So you ask around a little bit. It seems like some of the patrons and the people who work here know Miles Shipley. Kind of a quiet guy, keeps to himself. Hasn't been in as much recently, but used to come in on occasion, have a few drinks, talked a little bit, but was always kind of a quiet person.
Okay. Was there any gossip around surrounding him or anything in the community
Like
whatsoever?
Changed? His personality has changed or anything?
Let me see.
Venom.
I think there might be some stuff about that.
I'm just gonna volunteer and say that I'm in there with Clyde.
Holy shit. Norman. We made it out.
Norman the Undying.
Didn't get the
Norman the
blowjob he was
Unlucky.
looking, or the gum job he was looking for, but
Or did he?
it's true. I don't know. He was all stiff.
Yeah. What you basically managed to gather just through talking with people at the bar is that he seems to be a very high-strung but still kind of reserved person. He seems to have a bit of an ego about his own work, but nobody really knows him that well. Seems some people have heard rumors that like people who are interested in the occult have tried to buy some of his paintings, and that he's turned down a few offers to show his paintings in galleries.
Anything like about a girlfriend or anything like that?
Nope, nothing like that. You hear
Anything
that
about Bertha?
yeah, you hear that he lives with his mother, who is apparently a delightful old woman.
No,
believe
it's
that.
not
Well,
just-
she is.
No,
That's true.
she is not.
Well, nothing
Please,
but
Norman,
kindness
you
from
just
that
haven't
woman.
been touched by a woman in a long time.
He only needs the touch of the sea.
Well, have you guys I'm gonna like talk to the bartender. Have you seen kind of an older gentleman? He's not from around here. He has a weird accent. I don't quite recall where he's from. I don't think we ever talked about it.
He's from
What?
Canada.
He's from Halifax.
No, can't say I've seen anyone like that around here.
I feel like Clyde. I feel like he'd be very recognizable if he had come through here.
Oh yeah, no, he would be the loudest one in the bar. That's for sure. So I guess he's not here.
Well, I mean, she did say that the lady, the Bertha was her name. She did say he was going to the bar for a drink.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you found another one. I don't know.
Never was good with directions.
Well, am I able to be suspicious of this, Jack, or I have to just fucking play? Because I'm trying not to metagame to the best of my ability.
You can be as suspicious of this as you feel is necessary.
I think, Clyde, we should go check at the house again.
What house?
The house, Miles' house. There was a weird stench that I don't know if you noticed it, but ugh.
I grew up in New York. Everything smells funny.
Because it's a dead body, Jack. Could I be able to identify the smell as like because I've been around cadavers or?
Make a medicine check.
Okay.
I knew I smelled
so hard
corpse.
to get to the bottom of this, and
Fine
Clyde's like,
days, 45 days.
All right, Jack. I got an extreme success. I got a 4.
Although you know what the smell of bodies is like, that's why you know that the stench in the house was not decaying bodies. It was something else.
Ooh.
Something stronger masked the scent of the body.
Bertha Big
Wow.
Brain.
Get fucked.
Interesting.
Got you.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you don't know about the body, but you know that whatever you smelt in there was not dead bodies. You can make the same natural world check that Norman made.
Okay.
Or you can make a no roll, so you can see that there's a skill called no, but you need to make a hard no. KNOW.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Knowledge, your know skill is like just how much you can recite random bits of information, or how, like, if you're able to just come up with an idea on the fly.
There's no.
Is it just knowledge?
Maybe it is, yeah, sorry, just knowledge. It might just be abbreviated in the book. Let me check.
There's no K skills at all.
I
Yeah,
know.
there's
I'm thinking about that, but the book said you can make. It might just
Could
be
I make a biology check?
There's an idea underneath intelligent on our sheets.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what the exact specifics of it are.
Because I'd love to use my biology.
There's no situation Norman can't get out of with a little bit of fire.
I mean,
All
you're
right,
not wrong.
hang on. Let me consult the book.
Mhm.
So many books that I gotta keep flopping around in my mind. Let's see. K.
Oh, easy there.
No roll. Page 32.
No, Matt's struggling.
He's been flopping between headsets multiple times.
He's trying his best.
He looks dumbfounded.
Kind of looks like my brother right now.
He's like, how the fuck does this work? What is this technology?
Why?
1 second, let me check.
Why does the
Can I hear?
Bluetooth not
This is
work?
wild.
Oh, that didn't work.
Oh,
Let me look it down
Oh,
here. There's something
there's
down
an
here that
on
might
button.
fix this.
God.
Oh. Wait, let me Google it. I need to figure this out. I don't know.
Is this the content
Ah,
everyone
I
came here
think-
for?
I think I figured it out. If I put both on, I can hear. Oh, no, I can't.
Okay.
no, I forgot to turn it on. Oops.
So a no roll is just rolling your education to see if you can remember like random bits of information. So either roll your education and it has to be a hard success, or make a natural world check.
Okay, let me just do a maths here to see what I need to roll. Actually, I'll do that after.
Well, what's your education?
77.
77. So you need to roll a.
I got a 42.
That's not good enough. You would have had to roll I think like a 36 or something like that,
Darn.
or like 37. You said
Shit.
77 is your education?
Yep.
Divided by 2. You need to roll a 38.
Yes. You know what? I have quite a few luck points. I would like to push that to a
Jeez,
success.
everyone's
my
fucking spending their
gosh.
luck today.
I have quite a bit. How much? Sorry, I needed a 38, so I need to expend 4 luck points then.
Oh, you would have needed a 37 because 38
Okay, so I
would have been the half.
5. Okay, so 5 luck points. Yeah, so I want to push it to a success.
Okay, so just thinking about it, it's the smell in the Shipley house was very similar to like if you've ever been to like the zoo and gone into the reptile house and like smelled like what it smells like in the field of like herpetology, where you would be surrounded by amphibians and lizards and shit like that. And the humidity would kind of make sense to that as well. Or if you've ever been like up against like a bunch of snakes or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Clyde, have you ever been to a zoo? I'm assuming you have.
Nah.
All right. Have you ever been in? You said I believe. Do I know they went on an adventure? I forget if they told me or not. Do I know they went to Peru?
Yeah,
I mean,
you
Matt
know about
or Harrison's been talking about his book.
Yeah, you
All right.
know about Peru. You read Jackson Elias's book.
Oh, right, okay.
100 Dead.
So have you were in Peru? You know, you were around many that lizards or that amphibian smell while you were down there, were you not?
Yeah, the jungle.
Yeah. So why would a house in the middle of Chelsea smell like a jungle?
I don't know what you're talking about, Doc. I didn't spell no jungle.
Well, I think it is worth going and checking out because there was something just not right about the house.
What?
Good. He can't oppose me.
He
Ruth
can't
and
say
Harrison,
no.
let's go.
So what time, Jack?
What time is it?
Yeah, in the world.
It's you were probably there. It's probably been about an hour, so I'd say it's about 2:30 at this point. 2:30 in the afternoon.
If you want to bother them twice in one day, I suppose we could go back. But I don't think there's anything there for us right now. I will say, and like I'll walk outside as I'm saying this, so that Harrison and Ruth can be in on the conversation. I will say that there was a closet upstairs that was locked, and he was very keen on keeping secrets. And I also say that most of his paintings are things that we've dealt with in the past.
Are you guys talking about going back?
Yeah, the
Well-
doctor wants to go back.
Why?
Ruth, did you smell that lizardy jungle smell that I was there?
I don't even know what a lizardy smell is.
Well, you were in Peru. You know the smell when you were just bushwhacking through the jungle.
I suppose.
Why would a house in the middle of Chelsea smell like that?
Aren't you a human doctor, not a house doctor?
All I'm saying is there was something off about that house.
Oh, I diagnosed this house with lizards.
I think it is worth checking.
I gotta say, I'm a little offended that you've asked for, like validation from Clyde and Ruth, but not the guy who says he's traveled the world and probably has visited many jungles and smelt many lizards.
Okay.
How many
Harrison.
fucking lizards do you guys smell in your day to day?
All right. All right.
Yeah, tell me,
Harrison.
It's a great
Harrison.
collectible.
Yeah.
The
Thank you,
great
Richard, yeah.
lizard smeller of our time. Did you not
Well-
smell the lizards inside that house?
No. Smell like a normal old woman's house.
Sometimes you just gotta wake up and smell the lizards.
Well,
I-
you guys can come with me or not, but I feel like it is worth checking out because it's just something not right about it.
But
And
we
the
were
fact
just
that she
there.
told us, the fact that they just told us Norman was here and he is clearly not here, raises some suspicion in my
But-
books.
Listen, Norman goes on adventures on his own all the time. Listen, odds are he went to find this place, found a different bar, and is now there drinking.
Richard,
Yeah,
listen,
Norman's
I
fighting another cult.
appreciate I appreciate your concern, but you haven't been part of the group for a long time, and I just want you to understand that when Norman wanders off, you just have to let him, because sometimes, buildings get burnt down when Norman doesn't wander off. It's a fact, my friend. I promise you, he always finds his way back to us, for better or worse.
I'm just saying, you know what? If you guys are so keen on not going back to the house, that's fine. I'm just saying it might be worth checking out. However,
Okay,
I will
Richard.
say this. If he is lost, he knows where my house is, and he knows we're going to be going back to it. So odds are, if we're going to run into him again, it'll be there.
So why do you want to
Yeah.
go back to the house then?
That makes. I mean, we could walk by, and see if there's any other bars along the way. But I don't know. Twice, like an hour and a half is a bit much.
Okay, I'm
I
fine
went
with
a little
whatever
Texas there.
you guys decide.
Ruth, what are your thoughts on the situation?
If you want to walk by the house again, I suppose we can. I don't think we should bother them though. Such a sweet old woman
It's
that
what I
Bertha
think
was.
Yeah, she offered us tea. It was great. The
Did
sub's a
anyone
little weird
drink
though.
Did anyone drink the tea?
I drank
I think
the tea.
everyone
did.
did.
I didn't drink the tea.
I didn't drink the
Why
tea.
She didn't poison you guys.
I absolutely devoured
wouldn't
that tea. I drank
poison
every
us,
single
what the-
drop. I fucking love tea. I love
Make
tea.
con rolls, everyone who drank the tea. No,
I know.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I feel like that would have been a big, like, it would have been a lot of persuading to get everyone to drink the tea. I wasn't gonna drink it to begin with.
All right, let's
Honestly,
go.
I was kind of thinking that you were gonna poison the tea and that it was gonna come back to bite us in the ass.
She wouldn't poison the tea. I don't know why you think that of her.
You're so trusting of this one odd person. It's like everyone
She's
else.
done
you've been
nothing
so
to cause me
suspicious
to
of.
distrust her. She's just a
Nor
sweet
has
old
like,
woman.
nor has like half the people that you're like, I'm suspicious of this person.
You gotta learn to listen to your gut. Your gut will guide you.
I'm
You know,
gonna
the
run
shitty thing is you're saying things coming out of your mouth and you know that Richard's right as Peter.
I'm gonna run back into the bar and ask the bartender if there are any other pubs in the area that our
Yikes.
friend might have wandered to.
I feel like there's gonna be tons. We're in the.
Yeah, there's a number of pubs. There's tons. It's England, and prohibition is not happening in England. That's a strictly North American thing at this point in time.
Can
Suckers.
confirm the Brits love their pubs.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a ton of pubs in the area.
All right, I'll gather a few names, like kind of close by and around that house that we were at, their house,
Okay.
and
The search
I'll like
for
come back out. Like, listen, here's some more bars that we could stop by and look for Norman. I don't know. We can go back to the house if you want. We can check in, sure, but I'm willing to bet he's face down in some pint right now.
Well, as long as we walk by the house, that's all I really care about. We can
Yeah, you want
look
to
in
get another
any
whiff?
pubs.
You know, just sniff it up.
You're old jokes, aren't you, Clyde?
You
Might be
weird
some
comedy.
rare
lizard.
lizards in that
Wow.
house.
Is this is this some sort of American humor that I'm not used to?
I feel like Richard's really at his limit right now. He's like, "Wow, you sure are a funny guy, Clyde. Funny guy."
Nah, I'm just
Yes,
being a prick.
Richard. If you want to examine
lighten
the
up.
architecture of the house and look through it to see if there are lizards, we will allow it. Clearly, you're very personally invested in this. I get it. Let's just pass by the house.
I'm more just concerned for our compadre.
I don't
Well,
wanna smell
you
any
could very
lizards.
well be alone in that regard, but that's what it's like to have a family.
I'm gonna
Yeah, I
light a
said it.
cigarette and start walking.
I'll start
My arms
walking.
are getting tired from lifting these picture frames.
That's you problem. You bought them.
Mhm.
Sure, I did.
Bought 'em with our money.
Clyde, you want to make a luck roll for me?
Sure, love to.
You burn yourself in your cigarette.
I succeed. I don't know. I don't know if it's hard or
As
anything.
you guys are, I'm assuming you're walking as a group. As you're walking down the streets, kind of crisscrossing between the bars, looking as you kind of are making your way down, you do see Norman running down the street.
Oh, Norman!
Norman.
Norman,
Oh.
where'd you get off to?
Norman, I
my-
hardly ever see you run. What's the matter?
Oh my god. Thank god you guys aren't still in that house.
Why?
Was there something wrong with the house, Norman? Possibly
What's
to
a
do with a
blizzard?
lizard smell.
Quiet, Richard. Richard.
Are there any lizards in that house?
Are there lizards
I
in
must
that?
know! Lizards!
Okay. Well, we me and Bertha went down to the basement, you see.
Oh, Norman.
Grab the notebook. Yeah, and then?
And she tried to
What? Say it. Just say it.
Clyde is wincing.
she tried to trick me into going into this corner.
Norman.
I think I've heard enough.
No. Seriously. And when I didn't want to do it, she touched me.
Where did you
Wow.
touch her? Where
No
exactly?
means
Here,
no.
point. I'm gonna like
Show
go
me on
behind.
record
I'm
where
gonna
she
go
touched
behind
you.
Harrison. I'm gonna go behind Harrison. Please show us on this dummy where she touched you.
Listen to me. This is serious. She froze me in place, and I couldn't move, and left me in the basement. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if you were still in the basement, but I was able to regain control of myself.
And the next thing I know, I'm lighting a fire and trying to get out of there because I don't know if she's gonna be able to stop me when I get out. So I light a fire. That's my plan B escape.
Yes.
I go into the corner that she told me to go into in the first place. It's a false wall. I push the wall open. There's a bathtub. I open up. There's a piece of metal on the bathtub. I open up the bathtub. There is a mutilated woman with
It
her
sounds
head
like a Harrison
decapitated.
Dodge book. You wouldn't believe what you found.
There's a mutilated woman with her head decapitated on it. And I'm losing my goddamn mind. I haven't seen something that disgusting since I crashed on an island and there was an entire reef of dead fish washed up onto the shore of the beach. It was insane. I knew I had to get out of there. As soon as I heard her coming down the stairs, I grabbed the sheet metal that was on top of the bathtub and I ran at her and I knocked her down and I got out of there as fast as I could and I never looked back. I think reading that article, I think they might be responsible for those murders from that gruesome monster that they said was a dog.
Norman, that sweet old woman gave us her hospitality, gave me the best tea I've ever drank in my life, touched you one time, and you bashed her with a metal sheet? What's wrong with you, man?
Now,
I was scared for my life.
So I just want to point out here. Let me get this straight, Norman. You never went to a bar. You never got lost and went to a different bar. You were always in the house.
I was in the basement.
Which I was insinuating we should all go back to. And Clyde, what did you say? I believe. Oh, Norman's always getting lost. He probably is off drinking in the floor somewhere.
Well, I'm not wrong. You was on talking about lizards in the walls. What do you think?
No.
Crazy?
Are you trying to take credit for this, Richard?
I said.
What's the matter with you? Our friend was almost moited, and you're out here talking about lizards in walls and trying to claim credit for wanting to go back and save them.
I bet Norman smelled the same smell I did.
Well, I was just trying to find a way to. I just wanted to explore the house like I initially wanted to do, but instead I had to go off on my own because you didn't want to distract him while we explored the house. And then, guess what? I got stuck in the basement with some crazy.
Now, Norman, I would call you crazy, but not. But a few weeks ago, we saw some gentleman cast a spell, or what seemed to be some sort of magic. So I believe you.
I don't know what it was, but I'm scared, and I'm still scared. We need to get out of here.
Could we maybe see if the place is burned down? I feel like there might be some clues in there that might not be there anymore.
There's no smoke in the sky.
Okay, do we go back to the house? Maybe do we go back to the house in stealth mode? I'm thinking if it's possible that the woman is some sort of cursed being, her son might just be a pawn in her game. If we kidnap her son and we separate them, we might be able to get him to talk. They're going to be fleeing that building any moment, and if she's as incapacitated in the basement as your metal sheet has made it seem like she was, then Miles is going to be running out of that house with his pants down any second now.
I'm not going back. I was already in there.
That's not unreasonable.
I'm
Richard,
my core.
Call Claude. I think we need a fast exit available to us.
Tell him to bring the mask.
Clyde, we're going back to the house.
Listen, Harrison,
Did you
I
just
agree
pull
with
out
you.
a revolver in the streets
I
of
pull her
London?
out my revolver.
I'm gonna like lower it as soon as he does that. I'm gonna grab his hand and lower it. So Harrison, I agree with you. It's 2:00 in the afternoon, man. You want to ride in?
Kidnap somebody in broad daylight before?
No, not that
you?
you know of, anyway.
Well, what do we do? The bloody house is on fire. Do you think they're still going to be in that house by evening? That house isn't going to be there by evening.
It's not on fire.
Smoke. Then we can do the good Bubby, bad Bubby thing you wanted to do.
Oh, Clyde,
I like how
you
you've
just
gone
have
British
that
on us.
control.
I had Bobby
Clyde,
in that I wanted to
didn't
say, and
realize
that
you
was
picked
it.
up
It was in there.
accents so well.
Yeah,
It's like
I was doing so well tonight. I was doing so good.
I was ever
doing
since
really
you did
well.
the really strong accent there that Jack burst out laughing.
So
Moida.
what? Make our escape
Not
later. Go back to the house, regroup, and then come back in the evening when the house is potentially still there. Don't really know.
Listen, I'm not saying go back to the house. I'm just saying maybe wait until sunset or something. Maybe not broad daylight where people are walking around.
Norman,
Clyde,
are
do you
you
think I want to carry
okay?
these damn paintings around until nightfall?
I'd get rid of them. We don't need them.
I didn't get hurt, but I'm shaken up. I don't think I've ever been that close to death. And
Sorry, be more specific.
It was right like home. It was the exact same situation.
We got one play, and if it doesn't work, we're fucked.
Well, Norman,
What?
I think you could use a drink then if you're a little shaken.
I just want to get out of here. If we're having a drink, let's have it at yours.
I think that perhaps
I can get on board with that.
perhaps the Shipleys aren't working alone. Perhaps there's others in the cult. I suggest that perhaps one or two of us stake out the house and see if any of them leave to go somewhere.
Perhaps.
Ah, very
I ain't gonna
insightful,
Is there
Doctor.
not still a fire in the basement? Like, am I not the only one that believes that this building is imminently going to burn down?
It's not gonna burn down. They got the fire under
Am I
control.
but Jack said there's lots of flammable things in there. How?
She's got
Like,
her voodoo
you think-
magic. She probably touched the fire and it
That a
froze.
fire extinguisher.
I don't think those existed back
I
then.
don't think so.
They had like the old school
Yeah,
one.
it was just full of water and it was like a little pump thing.
No, like this is because this is post World War One. They would have had like the cans
The
that you would have
foam?
had pressure and you would open the can. Yeah, like we had one at our cabin. Graydon
Like a
saw it. It
It
was from
appears that fire
1912.
extinguishers have existed for 100 years at this point.
We did.
Even
We did
longer,
establish
actually.
this. Yeah, we did.
Oh, we looked this up before. didn't
We looked this up the last time you tried to burn a building down.
Yeah, I was about to say we've dealt with fire before, so
Also, central plumbing exists, so they could just get buckets of water from upstairs.
Well, that's
Listen,
if
okay,
maybe Norman lit an
well-
electrical fire. Water's not going to help in that situation.
You very specifically told me you started a regular fire.
yeah.
Well,
I think one or two people stay for a stakeout. Everyone else goes back to Richard to regroup and recoup.
I don't think you
Recoup.
guys are thinking this through. She was able to incapacitate me by just merely grazing my back.
her
Two
womanly
of you-
charms won't work on me. Don't worry.
Two of you are nothing. This woman is more powerful than anything I've ever seen in my entire
As far
life.
as we know,
I've
she's
seen
crippled in the bottom of the basement with a metal sheet shaped hole in her.
What?
Listen,
For all we know, she's dead.
What's that look like?
we
I'm curious.
no, we honestly we don't know much. But the last time we split up, we lost a friend.
True.
Well, I do think that we need to get Norman away from this. He is in quite a bit of distress.
Norman, where do you want to go?
Just want to go for a drink at Richard's. It's all I want to do. I've already done my work for the day.
And then what? We come back tomorrow.
Once I have my composure, we'll come back.
There's not going to be
There's
anything
obviously-
left if we come back. They're not just going to stay in place.
Well, I do think that at least 3 people should stay.
Ruth, you're right. We need to take this on head.
Oh, goodness.
We need to sail this boat right into the maelstrom.
The eye of the storm.
So what does that mean, Norman?
Let's go back to the house. I need a weapon.
What are the odds?
I don't know.
What are the,
Construction
my
site over there. There'll be
God.
another metal sheet.
what are the odds that I would have Leon's shotgun on me?
You like zero?
Probably not. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not wearing the trench coat that was designed to carry the shotgun in mid
No,
daylight.
do that way.
Also, that trench coat's a bloody mess.
Yeah. I
A
don't
man
have that.
died in that trench coat.
I know. It's still fresh.
Nothing a little dry
Piled on.
cleaning won't help.
All right, so we go back. We arm up. We come back to night.
Well, why don't
No.
I can get Cloud to bring the weapons. We can easily keep an eye on the house to make sure they don't escape.
That's
Agreed.
not bad.
Let's do it. All right, let's go.
Okay. So you guys are gonna stake out the house?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
All right. Probably best to do that at nightfall. Probably not gonna get much out of it in the middle
Well,
of the day.
We want to keep an eye on the house, so in case between now and nightfall, we know if they try to leave.
Gotcha. So, so you make your way back to the street. Can I get spot hidden rolls from everyone?
I'll do that before I go.
Well, we're gonna end here pretty quick.
Oh, are we? Okay.
God damn it! I failed.
Yeah, you.
I also
I
failed.
succeeded.
I succeeded by 1 point.
I failed.
I succeeded by 3 points.
Evan, is that your first success? Like legitimate success?
Yeah,
without
that's my
luck?
first check mark tonight.
Clyde.
I failed.
Okay, I don't know if you said that. So those of you who succeeded, we'll say because it was just Norman and Harrison that
Yeah.
succeeded, right?
We
So I'll say that Norman, on the front, there's not really anywhere to hide on the front of the street that you feel would be a safe place for staking out. What you do find is that there are places where you could climb up to the roofs of all of the houses that are in a row, and you could potentially watch it from the roofs of the houses. Harrison, you find the same thing out front, but you manage to go around back and see that there is a long back alley along all of the houses that gives you view of the garden in the back of the house.
excellent. I'm gonna use the scary paintings as cover. I'm gonna lay down and put one on top of me.
Okay, I guess you can do that.
That's how you
Invented.
stake out, baby. Misdirection.
Best.
Yeah,
In the
because he's never gonna
meantime-
spot his own painting.
In the meantime, Richard contacts Claude. Claude goes back to the house and grabs the weapons, I guess. What
Yep.
what do you get? What are you getting Claude to grab? Probably Leon's.
Get
my
my
revolver
Leon-
and
re-
machete.
yeah. Okay, so Claude's gonna get your revolver, Richard. He's gonna get Norman's machete
And shotgun.
and shotgun.
I always have my scalpel, so I don't need him to get that.
Perfect. So we'll put it at. It's probably around 5 o'clock. The sun is starting to set since it is January.
Who's on the
Um,
roof and who's in the alley right
Yeah.
now?
What's the game plan?
I'm on the roof. I went to the roof.
I'm
I'm
in
not
the
being in
alley.
the alley. We had bad experiences with alleys last time.
I'm gonna find a nice bench nearby, and I'm gonna like idly watch the house and surrounding area while reading my book. And
Okay,
just wait
yeah.
for
Yeah,
Claude to get there.
you're
Very
normal enough.
fast,
You
they're
look
slow.
normal enough that you can sit on the street and no one's gonna bat an eye.
I would like to do similar, but from a different angle, if I could.
Yep, you can
So
do that.
Are we all in different spots?
You're staking the place out.
We got
That's
every
space, but-
angle.
Caca, caca. I
So-
spotted them. Caca.
In a very subtle way, Claude is able to hand the weapons off to you guys so that you're not noticed. Norman, you managed to get up to the roof with your machete and your double-barrel shotgun. you can see that most of these roofs do have skylights, similar to the one that you saw in the Shipley house. You can very easily identify the Shipley house because its skylight has been painted black, and you can't see into the attic from the roof.
Oh shit! So I could
Ruth,
just break and drop in if I wanted to.
you could just fucking break the window and Spetsnaz your way into the attic.
Machete in my mouth. Ah!
With arthritis like yours, would you really?
Yes, Ruth. What are you doing?
I want to be watching the garden as well. I don't know if there's anywhere I can be doing that if that's not on a rooftop.
Since there are places where you can hide in the back alley, we'll say.
That's what I want to be doing.
Well, I'll get a stealth roll from you and Harrison and it'll be just normal difficulty, just to make sure, since it would be harder to hide in the back alley since there's so many houses.
Okay, I rolled 2 luck and my stat. What I meant to say is I rolled a 76 and my stat's 75, so I'm gonna use 2 luck.
Okay.
I failed.
Okay.
Okay, Ruth, I'm stealthy enough for the both of us.
You better be.
All right. So, as the dusk begins to settle in and the London fog sort of begins to obscure some of the streets, you all feel somewhat hidden here in London. Now, we're probably going to call it in a couple minutes here, but I just want to do one more thing. So, Ruth, as you're staking out the back alley, a British constable comes up. Is like, "Hello, ma'am. You lost?"
Yes, I am.
Right, we got some people in the houses here asking why what you're doing in the back alley.
I'm looking for a bar, the Crimson Rose.
Don't think there's any bar like that around here, ma'am. You got to move along. People live in this alley. You can't just stay here.
People live in the alley?
No, people live in the houses you're surrounded by houses, man.
I had a little drink. Constable.
Pick a strategy and stick with it.
Right, ma'am. If you just move along, please. People are starting to get a little bit concerned about why you're standing in the alley.
Good day.
Right. He kind of watches you leave. Are you leaving?
I gotta leave.
Yep.
Great.
Okay. So, with that out of the way, the rest of you begin to settle into your hiding spots to stake out the Shipley house. And with that, I think we're going to call it there because it's almost 11 and we started late tonight. So thanks for bearing with me. I had to start a little later tonight because of work, but that's going to be our last session for the year. That's
Big
crazy.
Sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we'll be back January 7th, I think is.
Yeah, that's a Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, if everyone is available January 7th, that is when we will be seeing what happens with this exciting tale in the Shipley house. We are obviously going to be off Christmas and New Year's, but yeah, this has been fun. That's crazy. We've been doing this for half a year.
Damn.
Half a
That
year.
is crazy.
We're
Feel like that.
Yeah, I was about
no,
to say.
It's
fascinating because it feels like we're so early on, but we've also made so much progress. You know.
Yeah. I got to be honest. If we're doing one session every 2 weeks, it's going to take us a long time to finish the campaign. Like we might finish it this time next year if we're lucky.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Along for the ride, baby.
I love to hear it. It's been so much fun doing this with you guys, and I look forward to every Thursday that we play Call of Cthulhu. It's been a riot. So thanks, thank you guys so much for joining me. It's been a fun 6 months, and we'll just keep rolling.
Happy
You
to be
bet.
here.
Yeah.
Rolling.
As always, thank you so much for joining us. We are Live Connection. We stream Thursdays, Sundays, all that good stuff. Please, we're going to stream Sunday, but we probably won't stream at all next week or maybe the week after. I don't really know what the schedule looks like for now, but
We might do the podcast on the 27th, but that was the only thing I was thinking.
yeah. So until then, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that good stuff. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time.
See you
Bye,
next
guys.
time.